Yo, what's up, chat? What's up, chat? I'm trying to be nosy here. The ambulance outside, the car outside. I'm trying to goddamn see what's going on. Black people, we be nosy as hell. I'm out here looking out the window and everything. What's going on with y'all, man? We back, baby. Took 4 days off. We back streaming, man. Back on regular schedule. Back to the regular schedule 11 p.m. Yeah. It's the ambulance outside. I'm trying to see what's going on. What the fuck? Somebody fell. Alright, get ready. But I don't see nobody come out the house or nothing. Back, baby. Put them on this. We back, baby. Oh, I got on the wrong one. I do got on the wrong one. Motherfucker. What's up? How you doing, brother? I got on the wrong one. Oh, this ain't the right one. Why is not on my Tupac one? No, you motherfucking lying. Oh, there you go. Make sure y'all can see that shit. And that's covering up that shit. God damn. It covered my whole face on. Until 4 days out, I forgot the damn stream. Alright, we locked in, it's fine. What's up, bro? How you doing today? Shit, it's the ambulance outside, bro. I'm trying to see what the fuck going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, my shit too damn loud. Hold on, playing this shit loud as a motherfucker. I'm gonna turn the volume down. Make sure this shit don't double echo. Last stream, this shit was double echoing and shit. That shit was pissing me off. I ain't hear that shit till like I end the stream. Man, it sounds too fucking high. Turn my mic. I need to turn my mic up a little bit more. What else I need to turn on? Okay, we should be straight.
At the time, but now Big.
I forgot what the fuck we left off of it. Get that right. Alright, we straight now. I'm gonna put myself right here. I'm gonna make myself look big. Tell we got somebody's goddamn cover this motherfucking week. So much don't happen. We got so much cover. Should I be right here? Fuck it, we gonna be right up. And what the fuck we left off at?
So Puff was basically saying that Pac was acting, being over, but Big wasn't there. It was completely untrue.
Yeah, I feel. Forgot what we left off at too. I think we went to prison.
Out with him, but he would hear all types of rumors while he was locked up. And for the next couple of weeks, he would always hear Biggie say, "Who shot ya?" When family members would come to visit him, he would ask them, why would he release that song? What is he trying to do?
I still don't know why he released that damn song. That's what I'm trying to figure out. This whole thing, I'm just going, why he released the song? Nobody don't want to talk about this shit. I don't know much like that. Everybody want to talk about, why the fuck did he release the song? Who shot you? I need to see little video so we can find out. Maybe he tell her, see little interviews. Yeah.
Give him demo tapes of songs that were just about to drop to show him what he was currently working on.
Make sure this shit ain't double echo, huh? don't know how he released that damn song. Oh, we straight. Yeah, we straight.
On the surface, this one seemed like a brand new record recorded after the shooting, especially with Puffy yelling 9-5, short for 1995, even though the first verse, more specifically the first version of the first verse, was recorded in 94, 3 months before the Quad Studio shooting. This was the first recording of the song Who Shot Ya, with only one Biggie verse. The second one wasn't planned at first. Puffy was yelling 9-5 in the ad-libs of the song. Those vocals were recorded in summer 94. If you listen closely, you can hear that the verse is slightly altered from the final version. It's an entirely different text. He actually called himself Biggie Smalls on this. But in the final version, which was recorded months later, he said B.I.G.
Every time he say anything molesting, I don't. He just made me, it just rub me the wrong type of way. Like, you did it too.
Reputation. Biggie heard the rumor and got confirmation from Stretch, who was actually there. He said he only heard one shot. So the answer to Biggie asking the question, who shot ya, would have been Tupac. Tupac shot himself. So that of course infuriated Pac even more. People in Biggie's camp knew that it would create controversy. And Puffy was rubbing his hands like the devil, knowing that he can make profit from it. Trolling a man who's been the biggest topic on the news and can't defend himself now that he's in prison. All while remaining close to being henchman, the mastermind behind the shooting. Pac wouldn't have been
I'm glad you got life, motherfucking Jimmy Hinch. I'm glad your motherfucking ass got life.
Able to lyrically respond for about half a decade, even if he wanted to, cause he was sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison. If Suge Knight hadn't bailed him out 8 months later, we might have not gotten a response. When Pac heard the song in prison, he was super upset and thought that they did it on purpose.
They did,
Pac. Way to laugh at him. He was hurt, not only because Big is his homie and it's a sensitive topic, but also because he thought the song is dope. That's what he told people. If Who Shot Ya was a trash song, it wouldn't have bothered him. But the song became the hardest thing in hip-hop. It really pissed him off. Such a great track. But it sounded like it was aimed at him. Normally, he would have been happy for Biggie for dropping such a great track. But this was the first Biggie song he couldn't bump like everyone else.
He made Who Shot Ya.
Oh shit, my mouth hit my mouth.
I wanted to quit because heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet, thundering, shaking the concrete.
They stopped when I phoned the plot. Neighbors called the cops because they heard that shit. Like, okay.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
Man, that's weak ass this. I don't give a damn nobody say. Who shot you? That shit's ass. Only person that remember that shit is goddamn New York MCs. They're the only one who be talking about that shit. Nobody else be talking about that shit. Alright.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was so menacing, the dark chords and then his voice over them, and it was just like the hardest song you've ever heard.
Everyone in prison was playing it. They had it on repeat, telling Pac that Biggie is taunting him, and Pac had to endure it for the next 8 months. He couldn't escape it.
Yeah, 8 months is crazy.
He goes to prison, and a week later they drop the song. Prison mates would always ask him if there's beef between them, all while Pac was in a state of confusion, isolated from the rest of the world, with no contact to any of the people involved. He couldn't just call Biggie and talk it out with him, but he would hear all types of rumors while he was locked up. And for the next couple of weeks, he would always hear Biggie say, "Who shot you?" When family members would come to visit him, he would ask them, why would he release that song? What is he trying to do? Because Pac never heard it before. Biggie used to give him demo tapes of songs that were just about to drop, to show him what he was currently working on.
Did he put that goddamn...
Seemed like a brand...
I ain't gonna lie, Pop.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
That boy put that goddamn baby oil. He went to them damn Diddy party. You know what I'm saying? It was over with. They weren't even free no more. That motherfucker goddamn got liquefied.
New record recorded after the shooting, especially with Puffy yelling 9-5, short for 1995. even though the first verse, more specifically the first version of the first verse, was recorded in '94, 3 months before the Quad Studio shooting. This was the first recording of the song Who Shot Ya, with only one Biggie verse. The second one wasn't planned at first. Puffy was yelling 9-5 in the ad-libs of the song. Those vocals were recorded in summer '94. If you listen closely, you can hear that the verse is slightly altered from the final version. It's an entirely different take. He actually called himself Biggie Smalls on this. But in the final version, which was recorded months later, he said B.I.G.
The lyrical molesting is taking place. With B.I.G. it ain't safe.
So two completely different recordings. He had to change it because the artist Biggie Smalls threatened to sue him if he continues to call himself Biggie Smalls. So in summer '94 he officially changed his name to the Notorious B.I.G. This was shortly before his album Ready to Die.
I call him Big Small, I don't call him Notorious.
Before September '94. But this meant that they couldn't use the first version of Who Shot Ya. The beat was initially intended for Mary J. Blige's album My Life. Biggie and Keith Murray had a verse on it, but Puffy ended up giving the beat to Biggie. Keith Murray's verse was then later used on Eric Sermon's song Tell 'Em, and then also on the K. Murray interlude on Mary's album.
So it's on Mary J. Blige. I gotta listen to that damn verse. I'm gonna see if you trying to did Pac in that damn shit. In that damn verse.
The second take of Biggie's first verse was recorded after the release of Ready to Die, somewhere around the time Tupac got shot, and nobody wants to reveal when exactly the song was re-recorded. Again, only the first take of the first verse was recorded before the Quad Studio shooting. The second take of the first verse and the second verse, which completed the song, were recorded after the shooting. Because according to DJ Clark Kent, Biggie was fed up with Clark overpraising the rapper Jay-Z when they were on tour together in December '94, meaning the month after Tupac got shot. The song wouldn't have been re-recorded and completed if DJ Clark Kent hadn't annoyed Biggie, cause Biggie didn't know what to do with that song. Who Shot Ya became a track for Biggie to show off his rapping skills.
Well, you should wait later on to drop that goddamn song. I don't believe that shit right up now. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck going on between. You know that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that shit right though. They didn't know what the fuck going on between. What y'all think? They didn't know what the fuck going on.
A way for Biggie to prove that he's a better rapper than Jay-Z. So while being on tour, Biggie went back to the studio in New York to record the second verse of Who Shot Ya, and also to re-record the first verse to improve his delivery, while also changing a couple of lines like the one where he calls himself Biggie Smalls, and also the one in the outro where he's giving Mary J. Blige a shoutout. 2 days later they went back on tour, and Biggie played DJ Clark Kent the final version of the song Who Shot Ya to convince him that he's a better rapper than Jay-Z. This whole incident happened.
Hey, he's a better rapper than Jay-Z though. Everybody better than Jay-Z.
Which in December '94.
That dicky that shit,
the song at the airport. So again, the second verse with the lines against Jay-Z and possibly against Tupac were recorded a couple weeks after the Quad Studio shooting, which happened on November 30th. There's footage of DJ Clark Kent and Biggie performing together in Richmond, Virginia on December 27th. They were flying from city to city and playing each other music. Clark Kent made Biggie listen to Jay's songs and Biggie made him listen to his own songs. Even if Who Shot Ya wasn't a diss at Tupac, it was strategically released at a very vulnerable moment for him, knowing that the media would hype it up and turn it into a headline.
Yeah.
Pac was already getting crucified.
And my thing is, you know you gonna release a damn song. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they want to spend Pac to get out, that would have was. They would have was. And they got out, y'all, but y'all got shook. You know what I'm saying? My boy got out, got on his head. You know what I'm saying? My boy got out there, got on his head. He thought any motherfucker gonna get out. That's why you got them release that diss song. He thought you got them can't respond to your head. Yeah.
And people were calling him names for the assault case, destroying his image and reputation, to the point that the people from Interscope Records didn't really want to
let me go
grab
back
him
to
on
that
the
article.
lane.
Hold on, go back to that article. Hold on, he said, oh yeah, I just seen something. Oh damn, go back to the article. What the fuck the article is?
Yes.
There you go. Hip hop hit Michael Tupac is busted for sexual sons, not praising himself on his gangster. I was in jail, even as he was born. In the early 1970s, his mother was on the 21. Like, they made sure they put that shit in there. What the fuck they got to do with that shit? They went back to his goddamn history. He said he was one of the 21 Black Panthers. I mean, she was one of the 21 Black Panthers charged with plotting to bomb a public place around New York City. Goddamn, mama pop gangster.
Destroying his image and reputation.
They made sure they put it in
to the point that the people from Interscope Records didn't really want to have him on their label anymore, even though he became a platinum artist. At this point, Pac was really done with rap, cause the media had destroyed everything he worked for, to the point that people started to view him as this disgusting, filthy animal and psycho, the complete opposite of what he was trying to be. Plus, he's in prison, locked up for a couple of years. And now Puff and Big are kicking him while he's already on the ground defeated. And the people who really believe that Pac is an abuser really love the idea that he's getting dissed. Look, we're dissing this disgusting animal that just got locked up for assaulting a woman. They never actually said it, but that's how some people interpreted this song. Biggie didn't even think that Pac would take offense to it, nor did he care about it. Again, he probably had zero intention to diss him. Let's take him by his word, so he always denied it. That being said, pretty much everyone at the time thought that it was about Tupac. I mean, who else in the rap game got shot around that time? Why drop a single called Who Shot Ya when your homie gets shot and thinks that you might have known something about it? You wouldn't do that to a friend. It's distasteful. People connected the dots and said that him releasing the song exactly a week after Pac went to prison couldn't have been a coincidence. You would expect your friend to proceed with caution after you accused him of knowing something about the setup. Pac was already claiming that Puffy and Andre Harrell knew about it, as they were there with Jimmy Henchman when Pac came up the elevator covered in blood. With Jimmy using Stretch to send him messages, he had confirmation that it was indeed him who gave the green light for the shooting. Why would Biggie and Puffy continue to do business with Jimmy after the shooting and those threats? This is where Pac slowly started to become paranoid and started to overanalyze every line from rappers from New York, thinking that it might be a subliminal line against him. He really started thinking that it was him against the world, with every rapper from New York trying to say something slick about him in their lyrics. And it all started with Who Shot Ya. Pac interpreted some of the lines on there as references to the Quad Studio shooting.
So the whole beef started with Who Shot You? So they swear the Pac started the damn beef. He didn't start the damn beef. Then nigga beef started shit. Well, then he really ain't started. Really Asian Jack them, but you know what I'm saying? Between them two, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, people be saying Big, they don't be thinking, like, I be seeing other people saying, like, other rappers say they don't think Big got nothing to do with it. You crazy as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You got your goddamn rabbit ass, man. You think that motherfucker didn't know what the fuck going on. He try, like, he playing that same shit. Like, more I look at these damn interviews, like, he play the same shit that he be doing. And he still be trying to do it to this day. Try to play goddamn the innocent in front of people and shit. Like, behind scene, the motherfucker be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, if you know what I'm saying. Like, but that's why I gotta go back and just analyze shit. Some shit I be missing, and I just gotta go back and analyze that shit. Like, bro, you got to pay attention.
Who shot y'all? From the Oxford, leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets.
The opening lines already hit a nerve, with Pac thinking that Biggie is directly talking to him, asking who shot you, knowing that his best friend Big Stretch, who was there that night sitting on the ground during the robbery, has witnessed the whole incident and told Biggie that Tupac shot himself and that no other bullets were fired. Biggie was convinced that Pac made up the whole
I don't believe he shot himself. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
To make it more dramatic.
And you ain't gonna shoot
Pac
yourself.
thought that Biggie asking who shot ya was sarcastic, an attempt to belittle him, calling him weak and obsolete. Weak because he couldn't defend himself with a gun in his hand, and obsolete because Biggie is now taking his spot in the rap game, with Pac going to prison for 1.5 to 4.5 years. Again, these lines are not about Tupac. The entire first verse was written in summer '94.
I think Biggie one of them motherfuckers.
Interpreted these lines.
I think Biggie one of them motherfucking friends, with them so-called friends, they want goddamn. They seem all cool, brother love, get all next to you and stuff, but really they be secretly hating on you and shit, and she trying to surpass your ass and bring your downfall. That's what I think a Biggie is. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that shit from his ass. I don't give a damn. Nobody say.
Differently, and thought it was a diss. Like him saying, hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. The robbers came from Brooklyn, and they all looked like
Cause he got the same pattern.
So Biggie is telling the guy who got shot that the beef is on. Hearing your friends say this after going through a traumatizing experience like this must have been soul crushing for him.
And my thing is, who the fuck you see Big, who the fuck gonna be scared of you, Big? You know what I'm saying? And knock your fat ass on the ground.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Hey, who the fuck gonna be scared of? But then you cry side like that gonna scare me right there. Like, damn, Big, who you looking at? Yeah, but they all gotta be started, they chat. Y'all gotta be started, bro.
Biggie's involvement in the shooting floating around, on top of Pac accusing people of setting him up, and Biggie saying it's on, F all that bickering beef, Pac saw it as confirmation that Biggie really has a problem with him and wants to beef with him. He started to connect the dots with the possibility of Biggie's homie Lil C's quote-unquote luring him into a trap by telling him to come around the corner to the place where the robbers were waiting for him.
Now I got a whole nother damn jet to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't said it. Whatever Lil C would watch out, like what they told Lil C go watch out for goddamn. See it when Tupac come let us know, cause he ran back. Ain't nobody said nothing when he ran back now. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a whole damn story what they telling her. I think Lil C would watch out and make sure to see if goddamn when he see Pac, let them know. Let them folk know that your Pac downstairs, yo, and go ahead, it's green light. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Assuming that Lil C
ain't no way the fuck y'all didn't know them folk down there.
might have been involved in this, or at least might have known about this, it wouldn't make sense for Biggie to be so insensitive and drop a song like this the week Pac went to prison if he really wasn't involved. That's what Pac thought. This line is often mistaken as a reference to the Costco shooting, where the neighbors called the cops after hearing the shots. Biggie was in the lobby getting interviewed by the police when they carried Pac out the building. But the lines that people use to back up the theory that the song was indeed aimed at Pac are the following.
Old school, new school, need to learn though.
What the fuck? You skip? That just skip?
Tupac had a song called Old School on the album Me Against the World, which was just about to drop. He played it for Biggie when the two hung out together. So people thought that Biggie is referencing that song. But again, that verse was recorded 3 months before the Quad Studio shooting, with LL Cool J sitting in the studio writing lyrics. And the target for that line wasn't Pac but L, cause Biggie, for whatever reason, didn't like
I ain't never seen him mad before.
LL on the song, when he said,
Old school, new school, need to learn though.
L and Biggie were competing for the crown back then. Not only did they go toe-to-toe on the Flavor in Your Ear remix,
ooh, I need to do one. Who think we in like lyrics a while? LL Cool J or Biggie? Damn, that's a good ass question. Like, who winning like a real rap battle? LL Cool J or Biggie? I don't know too much about LA. Like, I don't know this Biggie like that. Then he got that damn.
The older generation and Big the new one. That's why he said old school, new school need to learn though. Biggie would later record a song called Going Back to Cali, similar to LL's song, which has the same title. Part of the reason why he did it was because he wanted to show L that his song is better, while L's song sounds dated, indirectly telling him that he's old and obsolete. Just like he said in the beginning of Who Shot Ya, Biggie wanted to take his spot. LL Cool J is not only considered
See, he got the same damn pattern. I told him Biggie got the same fucking pattern. He got the same fucking pattern, bro. He got the same. He did that shit the same with LL Cool J. He did that shit to Craig Mack. Did that shit to Nas. He got the same fucking pattern, bro.
Hip hop, but at this point in his career, with him being a veteran MC that has been in the game for over 10 years, people started to put him in the old school category. And Biggie wanted to show LL that he's obsolete, that he's a thing of the past.
But that don't make
that
sense,
he
though.
should just sit back and
that's like saying Lil Wayne old
as
school.
Big as the rightful owner of the crown,
At this point.
the King of New York title. So they were competing. Both L and Big prepared verses for the Who Shot Ya beats. But Big was faster. L was still sitting in the studio writing when he heard Biggie dissing him. Everyone in the studio knew that it was about L, who then later recorded a response record called I Shot Ya, which Pac also took offense to when it came out on October 31st, 1995.
Oh, yeah, that don't make no sense. How the fuck? If L knew that Biggie was dissing him, why he didn't goddamn write a verse and diss Biggie the same way he did him? You know what I'm saying? Damn, they made a remix too? Goddamn, them motherfuckers on that shit. They made but got it. Oh yeah, they were going straight out of Pop, yo. I Shot You remix too. They got loud ass moped. Get the drop on Mr. Smith. Hey look. Oh yeah, no.
So in 95, we got two game-changing records about shooting someone, with everyone thinking that both songs were aimed at Pac. Both Who Shot Ya and I Shot Ya. All because of Biggie and Puffy.
Who shot ya?
They unintentionally caused the beef between Pac and L, and also the feature guests on the song.
Hey man, we ain't spent yeah, know the fuck
It was a posse track with some of the illest rappers from New York at the time, and Pac thought that everyone from New York was out to get him. First Biggie, then L, and then a whole entourage of rappers.
Like that my whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck? At this point, at this time right there, when this shit going on, why did the whole New York turn on Pac? That's what I want to know. And he been coming up showing love, New York people coming to y'all hood, showing love and everything. Like that shit, till the day that shit I don't know, bro. They could have me. I'm glad I went, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? A dope back then, cause I be having so many questions. Like, if I won an interview, I be asking all types of like, what made that's one why I never see when none of the interviews say. Even when they interview Pac, like, why the fuck why do New York, you know what I'm saying, decided with Biggie and shit, and then Pac was bigger than Biggie. They ain't both from New York. I got so many damn questions. Like.
Pac later confronted one of the feature guests of I Shot Ya, called Keith Murray, who, like I said,
that one thing about Pac, he go sugarcoat shit. You diss his ass, he gonna come goddamn ask your ass about that shit. Biggie, he just gonna submit. He just gonna goddamn make subliminals, disses and shit. Like
said earlier, was not only on the original and remix version of LL's I Shot Ya, but also on the first version of Biggie's Who Shot Ya. There was also friction with the other feature guests, Fat Joe, Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and Foxy Brown. Pac was under the impression that all these rappers were trying to beef with him, cause around that same time, Fat Joe had made some comments about him on the radio, saying that he's ready to beef with him if Pac makes a step in his direction. Cause Pac was wilding out in interviews and blaming all the major A&Rs, label managers, rappers and DJs in New York of knowing who set him up. Fat Joe felt some type of way about it and warned him on the radio. Pac was then approached and threatened by all the Puerto Ricans in prison.
We found out they were false.
On the phone with Joe and they talked it out. Fat Joe's people then had Pac's back, cause Pac actually had love and respect for Joe prior to the shooting. They made peace before I Shot Ya dropped. And once I Shot Ya came out, Pac started to see him as his enemy. Fat Joe would also stay loyal to Biggie, and they would later even record diss records against Pac. Pac also got into a beef with Prodigy from Mobb Deep after being released from prison. And Foxy Brown would not only become a member of the rival rap group The Firm with AZ and Nas, with whom Pac would beef with in '96, but she was also present the day Tupac got shot in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996.
Yeah, we need to
He
pull
was in
her
a
up.
black Benz with a man named Eric Von Zip, who gave the Crip Keefy D the gun which they used to shoot Tupac. I covered this in my Tupac murder documentary. Make sure to
Y'all make sure y'all check this video out.
check it out. So yeah, Who Shot Ya caused a lot of problems for Pac.
TV1.
All
Yeah,
of a
they still got.
sudden, he was
they still
beefing
got
with all the
TV1.
major rappers from the East Coast. Them
ain't seen
being on
shit
the
in a long
song I
time.
Shot Ya contributed to Tupac having an issue with New York, cause he felt like they were all making fun of him for getting robbed and shot after coming to New York, while using his moment of pain to get some clout, rapping I Shot Ya when the whole world is wondering who shot Tupac. Anyway, in my video for the Big and Nas beef, I also explained how the second verse on Who Shot Ya was dedicated to Jay. Make sure to check it out for more info. So yeah, the main targets of the song were LL Cool J and Jay-Z, not Tupac. It was also a warning to his adversaries to not mess with him, cause he's not actually dropping names. This could technically be about anyone, but a lot of the lines were interpreted as jabs.
Oh my God, dog.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn.
Man, fuck that. That nigga with this. That nigga with this Tupac. I don't give a damn what he talking about. That nigga with this Tupac. I don't give a fuck what he talking about. Hell no.
That Tupac, like when he said,
I make the skin shakes, rashes on the masses, bumps and bruises, blunts and land cruisers.
Pac got pistol whipped and bruised up, which left him bleeding. He had shaved skin on the side of his head, and Biggie is saying that the victim he's about to shoot will get his skin shaved. But these lines couldn't have been about the Quad Studio shooting since they're from the first verse, which again was written before Pac got shot. But people still thought that he's talking about Pac, and he of course re-recorded the verse after the shooting, knowing that Pac went through the exact same things he's rapping about. But things got more interesting
Give
in
him
the
pass
second
on that.
verse,
Give him
which was
pass on
written
that.
after the shooting. These are the lines that you could argue were meant for
I seen the
Pac,
lines, man.
even though Big didn't really have a reason to diss him, aside from the fact that he got robbed by Haitian Jack's people because of Tupac supposedly running his mouth. Some people think that that was Biggie's motivation for dissing him, cause he spit lines like,
I switches all that, enemies G's up, one force move, get Swiss cheese up.
when Pac reached for his gun, 2 of the 3 robbers supposedly shot him. He made a false move when they were frisking him. When Pac reached for his gun and turned around, the robbers quickly reacted and Pac got riddled with bullets. That's the meaning of getting Swiss cheesed up, getting holes from all directions.
I feel for you, I feel Shaka Khan, I'm the Don. Sex when I want it, Rolex on the arm.
Rolex on the arm. The robbers took all of Pac's jewelry, except for the Rolex Haitian Jack bought him. They left the Rolex watch on Pac's arm to send him a message and to make him understand that they only roughed him up because he messed with Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman. Pac was also the one who bought Biggie his first Rolex.
I tune into
So
Siebert
yeah,
paid
a lot of
full
weird
ASAP.
coincidences. There are too many lines
For
on
real?
here that sound like jabs at Pac. Like when he said,
Recognize my face, so there won't be no mistakes. So you know where
Appreciate that, bro.
Jake is a slang term for cops, the police. Tupac was calling the cops shortly before
People
going
paying for
upstairs. And he later
That's a
told
song?
Puffy,
Or that's a
Andre
show?
Morel, and everyone in the building to go get the cops. Pacing around the
Let me know,
room
twin.
saying, call the cops. It was a setup. Puffy and everyone else were surprised to hear Tupac, the cop shooter, ask for the cops, since he always had this image of him being basically the enemy of the police and the government, never wanting to cooperate with them, especially after shooting 2 off-duty police officers, witnessing police brutality firsthand, and after getting arrested numerous times. And him saying, recognize my face. So
Yeah,
that-
I don't know about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all set the man up and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, yeah, shit. Paulie, come on. Paulie, come on. Hell nah. I'll tell these niggas. I don't know who did what. Hell nah. But y'all coming. I think every time you trying to make sure you get goddamn get safe. You feel me? So you think about this shit. Get out there safe because you got set up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
be no mistake, almost sounds like a response to Pac blindly accusing everybody of setting him up, even though he didn't know for sure who was involved. And yeah, he also wanted those same people to call the cops.
Lane one, grade one, turn front page one.
These lines were also interpreted as a reference to Pac making front page after
See, you
getting
said to
shot
say
five
he wasn't
times
trying
in the
this,
quad
he wasn't
studios.
this to our
Everybody called him brave and bold for reaching for his gun when he was being held at gunpoint. All they wanted was his jewelry. They didn't even want to shoot him. While Pac's homies dropped to the floor,
that nigga held
he was
his
brave
own
and stood his
twin.
ground. Tried to fight back even though he was outnumbered and being held at gunpoint. So even the part where Biggie calls his victim brave fits Pac's situation at the quad studios perfectly. Almost every line in the second verse can somehow be linked to the shooting. The title "Who Shot Ya" combined with him saying the victim turned front page after getting shot left no doubt in Pac's mind that Biggie was talking slick about him. And Pac wasn't the only one feeling that way. In '95, Biggie would start performing the song live, like in Chicago for example. And the crowd oftentimes would get upset, thinking that he's dissing.
Shout out Chicago for me
So
and goddamn.
Biggie-
Shout out W Chicago. W goddamn Chicago for me and Reed.
He didn't really perform it as much as some of his other hits.
This industry, I turn your best friends into your worst enemies. Pac warned me, but I didn't believe him.
I don't believe he said that shit. I don't believe he said that though. That shit's how they would edit in at the movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe he said that.
So yeah, this is one of those songs that people consider a diss track even though it's supposedly not. The Bad Boy camp has always denied it. But with Pac becoming paranoid and overanalyzing every lyric, he took offense to all the lines I highlighted. And he also agreed with the media and fans that the song is about him. In prison, people who didn't like him would bump the song so loud that Pac would hear it. And he was constantly reminded of the shooting. Strangers would approach and ask him if he heard the rumors of Biggie having something to do with it. Some claimed that Biggie admitted to it right in front of them, with Big and Puff laughing at him, saying that they finally got rid of him.
While I'm in jail, strangers is telling me, yo, you don't know? Biggie homeboy shot you. Because they bragging. They telling they niggas in jail. Yo, we just got popped. Ooh. And my cousin was in jail in New York because I got family out there. He sit right there while he was getting the call boy. Yo, my homeboys just jacked that Tupac. So that's how I knew shot. What happened?
This was Pac's biggest fear. He had been thinking of the possibility of Big having something to do with it. He was confused and didn't know who to trust. Now, the people who approached him in prison and told him those rumors could have lied about it or made it up.
Where you got their photos now?
Because people love drama and fights.
I ain't never seen any damn photos.
It's entertainment to them, especially when celebrities are involved. Pac was in such a vulnerable state that you could have told him anything, and he would have believed it. He wanted to make sure to not make the same mistakes again, and trust the wrong people. Because up until this point, he thought that no black man can do him wrong, as he was always fighting for their rights, with him being the son of a
nah.
But that incident...
I ain't gonna lie to you about. Yeah, you messed up here, twin. You know what I'm saying? I love my people too. Okay, but shit, see what happened to all our good leaders put too much faith, man. Hell nah, the motherfuckers, hell nah. Fuck that, the motherfucker goddamn media. They get you every time. Be your own goddamn kind, bro. Some money? Shit. Jay, I know it ain't lying.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
destroyed everything he believed in. He felt like he was stabbed in the back by his own people. Not only because of the shooting, but also because of the Ayanna Jackson assault case. And he had been fighting for women's rights his entire career, spreading awareness with songs like Keep Your Head Up, for example.
That's what we need to bring us in. Why is that not brought up? It's like, I don't understand. Like, why is that? We need whole accountability. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need whole accountability. Like, we need to goddamn go find her right now and hold her accountability. What she did, cause we need her to talk and tell her what really happened. You know what I'm saying? I think she do got the interview. I'm gonna look her ass up, chat. See she got the damn interview. See She probably gonna lie anyway, but you know what I mean? I'm getting into that.
That's why when he came out of prison, he became
might cover that tomorrow.
a person. He understood that you can't trust anybody, but he definitely took everything the prison mate said to heart, and didn't think of the possibility that those rumors were made up, as he would hear multiple people repeating the same thing, and they would confirm some of his biggest fears and theories. Pac told Vibe, even if the song ain't about me, you should be like, I'm not putting it out, cause he might think it's about him. Biggie responded to those comments in the September 96 issue of the Vibe magazine, saying, I wrote that mother effing song way before Tupac got shot. It was supposed to be the intro to that ish Keith Murray was doing on Mary J. Blige's but Puff said it was too hard. Biggie is talking about the K. Murray interlude on Mary J. Blige.
We ain't talking about when you wrote. We not talking about when you wrote that shit. We talking about the second version, nigga, that you goddamn did at that time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do shit like that. What he just said. Yeah, he had something to do with it. Yeah, he guilty.
My life. Big is trickle-truthing the audience here. Cause like explained earlier, the version with Keith Murray only had the first verse. Actually, the first version of the first verse, which later got changed. But that's the only verse he wrote before the shooting. The second one, together with the updated first verse, was written in December 94, meaning after Pac got shot. On March 14th, Tupac's third album, Me Against the World, finally came out, but the Biggie and Stretch features were removed. Stretch was supposed to be on the single So Many Tears, but he was cut off the...
I know everybody love Machiavelli. I love So Many Tears. That shit get different. Them goddamn, them beats on that mug. Shall not fear no man but God. As I walk through the valley and give me every time. And then Me Against the World. Then I just got hit. If I die tonight, that's my shit too. Young nigga too, Heavy in the Grave. I ain't listen to Heavy in the Grave. I gotta listen to that one, Heavy in the Grave.
The album. Same with Big. The song Running From the Police, which also had Stretch on it, was removed from the tracklist, either due to their beef or because it was deemed by Interscope Records to be too controversial to be released. But it's true that Pac didn't want them on his album anymore. Not only that, but the whole Thug Life movement was dead to him. Nobody ever came to save me. They just watch what happened to you. That's why Thug Life to me is dead. If it's real, then let somebody else represent it. Because I'm tired of it. I represented it too much. I was Thug Life. I was the only guy out there putting my life on the line. This Thug Life stuff was just ignorance. My intentions was always in the right place. I never killed anybody. I never R-worded anybody. I never committed no crimes that weren't honorable, that weren't to defend myself. That's what he said in the April 95 issue of the Vibe magazine, where he addressed the Quad Studio incident and the aftermath. He gave us his...
This is my vibe, this is my last interview. If I get killed, I want people to have the real story too. Damn, Tupac, you said this shit? 95 too? April 95. Damn, this shit was $2.50, goddamn. This bitch about $20 now.
Views on who was behind the shooting and told us exactly what happened that night. The cover story was titled Ready to Live, which people saw as a subliminal jab at Biggie, whose debut album is titled Ready to Die. The magazine back then did it on purpose to start drama. Like a year later in the...
I ain't pay attention to this shit last time.
Nobody ever came to save me.
Oh no, we gotta go back up.
Nobody ever came to save me. They just watched what happened to you. That's why Thug Life to me is dead. If it's real, then let somebody else represent it. Because I'm tired of it. I represented it too much. I was Thug Life. I was the only guy out there putting my life on the line. This Thug Life stuff was just ignorance. My intentions was always in the right place. I never killed anybody. I never R-worded anybody. I never committed no crimes that weren't honorable, that weren't to defend myself. That's what he said in the April 95 issue of the Vibe magazine, where he addressed the Quad Studio incident and the aftermath. He gave us his views on who was behind the shooting and told us exactly what happened that night. The cover story was titled Ready to Live, which people saw as
Ready to Live. Damn, we can't see that shit right there. After trial and the shooting and the immediate story, Tupac is alive and well. Yes. Damn, I can't see. I want to read that shit too. I wish I could find it. I wish I can order the magazine.
a subliminal jab at Biggie, whose debut album is titled
Somebody gotta have it, motherfucker.
The magazines back then did it on purpose to start drama. Like a year later in the July 96 issue of the Source magazine, for example, where they called the cover story for Dr. Dre Life After Death, the same name as Biggie's second album. Both Dre and Biggie made peace at the time, and they were both beefing with Tupac, who of course took offense to it. Just like how Biggie took offense to the cover story Ready to Live.
Dre can't win to be for it, say it there like
that was there during the Quad Studio shooting. Cause in this interview, Pac wrongly accused Biggie of being there on the 8th floor together with Puffy and Jimmy Henchman, the guy who plotted the shooting. But Big wasn't there. It was completely untrue. He was on the 10th floor. He didn't see
Mason, what's up, brother? How you doing?
The building on a gurney. And Biggie was forced to correct him in interviews, cause people started blaming him even though he wasn't even there for Pac. The main people who were waiting for Pac were Jimmy Henchman, Andre Harrell, and Lil Sean. Puffy was just there by coincidence, but Jimmy told him that Pac was about to get dealt with. Biggie...
Be right back, we can some drink. Shut my phone real quick. First day back, y'all streaming. First day back. I've been gone like 4 days, but yeah, damn. I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'll come back, see what I miss. Damn, charge, you ain't gonna charge for me? Goddamn, I thought we be best friend. Oh shit, this shit over. Lord, I'm gonna start 5. Alright, there we go. Play it for y'all real quick.
C's and Junior Mafia were 2 floors above them, and Puff was trying to find them. In the Vibe magazine, Pac described what happened when he got to the 8th floor. When we got upstairs, I looked around and it scared the ish out of me. Why? The interviewer asked. Because Andre Harrell was there, Puffy was there, Biggie. There was about 40 people there. The only people Tupac expected to see were Jimmy Henchman and Lil Sean. He didn't expect to see anyone else there. Pac also expressed his disappointment in his best friend Big Stretch for allowing the robbers to beat him up and shoot him, all while he was just sitting there doing nothing. He felt like he didn't get enough support, empathy and help. Nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me. Andre Harrell wouldn't look at me.
What I mean?
Puffy was standing back too. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out. Andre Harrell and Lil Sean. Puffy was just there by coincidence. But Jimmy told him that Pac was about to get dealt with. Biggie, Lil C's and Junior Mafia were 2 floors above them, and Puff was trying to find them. In the Vibe magazine, Pac described what happened when he got to the 8th floor.
Oh, damn.
When we got upstairs, I looked around.
So I gotta read that little ass shit.
Andre Harrell and Lil Sean. Puffy was just there by coincidence, but Jimmy told him that Pac was about to get dealt with. Biggie, Lil C's and Junior Mafia were 2 floors above them, and Puff was trying to find them. In the Vibe magazine...
God damn, it's not... I can't read that shit. If we really are saying rap is an art form, then we got to be more responsible for our lyrics. If you see everybody dying because of what you're saying, it doesn't matter that you don't make them die. It just matters that you didn't save them. Let me say, it ain't easy. I'm in jail now, but I'm free. I'm free. My mind is free. The only time I have problem is when I want to say when I'm asleep. I can't tell. I can't see what
Pac
it say.
described what happened when he got to the 8th floor. When we got upstairs, I looked around and it scared the ish out of me. Why? The interviewer asked. Because Andre Harrell was there. Puffy was there. Biggie. There was about 40 people there. The only people Tupac expected to see were Jimmy Henchman and Lil Sean. He didn't expect to see anyone else there. Pac also expressed his disappointment in his best friend Big Stretch for allowing the robbers to beat him up and shoot him. All
Yeah, he ain't worth no fuck.
doing nothing. He felt like he didn't get
That's it. I ain't gonna lie straight. Make you rest and shit. You know what I'm saying?
enough support, empathy, and help. Nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me. Andre Harrell wouldn't look at me. Puffy was standing back too. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out. In the interview, he didn't really say that Biggie and Puffy set him up, or that they knew something about the shooting. But that's how people interpreted this interview, especially with him calling
They played dirty for
and saying that Biggie was there when he
right, instead of them about that man, they chatting, you know, all this shit. They played dirty for. They couldn't beat that man straight up, man. Straight up rap, song for song. You know what I'm saying? They say he a better freestyle than goddamn Tupac, but shit, nigga, you had to do dirty ass tricks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Them boys were terrified. I don't know, Tupac terrified motherfuckers, bro. Even if this shit didn't even happen, and both of them still living, Tupac would still be bigger than Biggie. And that's facts. That's fucking facts. Tupac touched your soul. You know what I mean?
He also said that the shooters looked like some of Biggie's homies, and that
What's
nobody
up,
showed empathy.
Momo, what's
Biggie was
up?
actually mad at Pac for
How you
throwing
doing,
Stretch under the bus. This article actually made Big and Stretch become way closer, cause Pac called Stretch a coward for not
How you
helping.
doing? Appreciate you
for
coming
dropping
back.
a sack of potatoes, even though he was the biggest guy there. And Biggie felt like he shouldn't have said that. In the MTV interview on March
It's Aaliyah. I can't tell if it's Aaliyah or not Aaliyah.
30th,
She look like Aaliyah.
he responded to that article and expressed his disappointment in Pac.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man.
Look how you look. Look how you
Then
look.
my
Look how
man
you
turned
took
his
that.
back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying?
My closest friends did me in. My closest friends, my homies, people who I done took care of their whole family. I done took care of everything for them, looked out for them, put them in the game, everything. Turned on me.
And the rumors.
Look. Why you look at him like that?
Tip like,
This guy, he PR, he trained, they went over this shit before they went to this damn interview. You know, they gonna ask you the question. You know, in the interview, they gonna ask you the question before you even get there to see if you gonna reply for it. You know what I'm saying? That nigga PR train. He's so many. Shout out that. I'm give you a hell yeah for that. Man, amen.
he set him up.
Shout out to Tupac, save your life, bro.
It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, your mind is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
I would tell each and every person out there, don't forget about
What kind of dumb ass
saying,
shit
you
you
know what I
see?
mean? Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody.
Recipes yummy.
Trust nobody.
After reading the Vibe interview, Lil Sean and Big talked about that night at the Quad Studios. Big told him that he's sad and disappointed in Pac for thinking that he had something to do with the robbery. He said that he warned him about the people who robbed him before the robbery happened. Told him to stay away from them.
What happened to Lil Sean? He still alive?
Accused Pac of telling Haitian Jack and his people that he warned him.
We need to hear from
And
Lil
that's
Sean.
supposedly why Haitian Jack and his people came after Biggie as well, and they robbed him too. Cause Biggie was told by the people who robbed him that Pac notified Jack about him warning Pac. That's how Big knew that it was Haitian Jack's people who came after him. So Big was mad that Pac put him on blast. He told Sean that him and Zayd went to the Quad Studios the morning after the shooting to get the gun and the piano. He also told him.
So Biggie believed that. So that's why he dropped the "Who Shot You." No.
That they went to the hospital to see Pac,
I'm trying to
but they wouldn't let
understand
him in.
timeline.
All his attempts of reaching Pac were denied, and now Pac is supposedly spreading lies in the media and turning this whole thing into a beef. While Pac's thug life
shout out you, bro. 230K views in 2 days. Ooh. Shout out to you, bro. Keep going up, twin. Y'all boy check more out. That boy say he producer.
Biggie's Junior Mafia clique was just about to take over the game. They were still working on their upcoming album Conspiracy. Biggie continued to grow commercially and status-wise in '95, releasing highly successful singles and remixes. And he was just about to put out his Junior Mafia group album. This one was supposed to put on some of his people.
This all thing I hate, bro. This all thing. All y'all got to experience this shit. I couldn't experience this shit like real time shit. Like when this shit was going on, shit. I got me say she say shit.
He told Sean that him and Zayd went to the Quad Studios the morning after the shooting to get the gun and the piano. He also told him that they went to the hospital to see Pac, but they wouldn't let him in. All his attempts of reaching Pac were denied, and now Pac is supposedly spreading lies in the media and turning this whole thing into a beef. While Pac's thug life movement came to an end.
That we gotta give him that. They say he came to the hospital. We gotta give Biggie that. He did come to the hospital and try to talk to you, the Pac. I ain't gonna lie, we ain't gonna deny that shit. We ain't gonna deny that shit. He said, lad. Oh my God. Oh shit, I forgot to put my damn in there now. God damn it. Appreciate that. I probably cause I got too much shit in the background. Pac goddamn dancing too damn much. No, I don't want to take my Tupac down. Yeah. The X. I'm gonna take it down for a minute. God damn it. Take it down, boy. I take you all. I got too many. Is it back right, y'all? Let me know. It's good now? Okay.
Mafia clique was just about to take over the game. They were still working.
Now get this space from that slow edge. This shit, yeah, stupid. Like late at night.
Grow commercially and status-wise in '95, releasing highly successful singles and remixes. And he was just about to put out his Junior Mafia group album. This one was supposed to put on some of his people, including Lil C's and Lil Kim. Pac cut ties with most of the people who were part of the Thug Life movement and left it all in the past.
I still don't know all the numbers, the original Thug Life members.
Work went platinum after just 1 month. The single Dear Mama went platinum as well on July 13th. The album had sold 240,000 units in the first week, and it only took an additional month for it to reach 1 million.
Damn.
Ready to Die, on the other hand, sold 57,000 units in the first week and had reached the milestone of 1 million copies sold on March 14th, the same day Me Against the World came out. So Pac's album went platinum almost 6 times faster than Ready to Die, as it took Biggie half a year to finally reach 1 million sales. And Big had already outsold all of Pac's albums prior to Me Against the World. So these two were going head to head, with Pac being in the lead again. This was really a relief for him, as he was worried about getting left behind by Biggie, cause he would get closer and closer to Pac's record sales with the release of each single. Biggie had a platinum album out before Pac. Pac's first album to go platinum was the second one. It got certified on April 19th, 1995, meaning a week before Me Against the World. So Pac had now 2 platinum albums. Big had the luxury of promoting his album with tons of remixes, music videos, shows, interviews and TV appearances, while Pac was locked up behind bars. All he could do is watch one of his own soldiers try to overtake him and take a spot in the game. Using his own success formula and blueprint, Big started wearing clothes from luxury brands, like for example Versace shades and expensive clothes that you would see Tupac wear in '94. He would turn more and more into a player,
He was our savior, man. Big was like me. You're dark, you're heavy. You don't come up through the girl system with the girls being all over you. So all he had was how sharp his lyrics could be.
I can't stand him. I can't stand that motherfucker right there. I can't stand that motherfucker right there.
Pac felt like Big was living and rapping about his life, saying that Big was never a player until Pac showed him the way. So he wanted his props and at least a thank you. He also wanted Puffy to bail him out. He thought that would be the least he could do after helping Biggie to become a superstar. In May '95, a state judge knocked down Pac's bail from $3 million to $1.4 million. So Pac got excited thinking that Puff and Big would bail him out and sign him to Bad Boy Records. But they didn't make a single step in his direction. Actually, the opposite happened. They got even closer with the mastermind of the Quad Studio shooting, Jimmy Henchman. And Pac took that as them picking the side of his enemy and abandoning him. Cause on May 2nd, which was about half a year after the Quad Studio incident, Little Sean released the single Dom Perignon, which not only contains a Biggie sample in the hook, but he's also featured in the video.
I forgot. I know you died on my birthday, though. We need to do something special for your birthday, bro. I want to do that Tupac Revelations. Is it called Revelations? I actually got too much music. I gotta do that shit on like TikTok or something. I want to see that when he was in Oakland. And you gonna tell me when his birthday? Goddamn. Oh damn! I know he died on my birthday. Goddamn now. Oh my god. Yeah, he sold 75 million records. God damn. A nigga sold 75 million in a short time. It's crazy. Oh, it's in June. June 16th. Said X Facts. Yeah, if you talking about Essence, I love it. Son Goku, what's up, brother? Them the only like two rappers I really like listen to on the bass, like real heavy. Two of my favorite rappers. One for the new, well, this is why I say new generation. New generation and one from the old generation.
Next to people wearing Henchman shirts, Biggie was celebrating with people wearing Jimmy Henchman's merchandise. And Jimmy was managing Little Sean at the time.
Jimmy had them motherfuckers. He had y'all goddamn shook.
They were still cool with Jimmy after the.
They had to, bro. If everybody from New York said Jimmy was this big time goddamn gangster, he must have told anybody from New York, if you fuck with Tupac, you know what I'm saying, you against us type shit. That's what I'm thinking. It had to be like that. Everybody turned on Tupac. I don't understand that shit.
Shooting, which was one of the many reasons why Pac believed that Big might have been part of the setup. Pac was told that Jimmy Henchman was invited to numerous parties of Bad Boy Records, popping bottles with Biggie and Puffy. Why would you still be cool with him when Stretch told you about Jimmy being behind the shooting? I mean, Jimmy and his people were sending his mother.
I say X and Tupac on the same shit though. For real, like speaking for us and shit, and tell us what's going on with these folks. They were really going on in the industry and shit. That's why they had to get them motherfuckers out of the way, bro. You know how they did? They used our own people to get them.
Death threats. Puff himself said that he's not beefing with Pac, but that Pac is beefing with someone else.
That nigga was big in the drink, bro.
Who he was beefing with. He knew that Pac and Jimmy were beefing, and he was totally fine with it. On May 30th, they then released the song Players Anthem, which was the first single of the Junior Mafia album Conspiracy, and
I ain't never heard this song.
Went gold on September 7th that year. And Pac was really bothered by Junior Mafia being more successful than his Thug Life movement. He would tell his homies from prison to shoot music videos without him, to promote the album, cause the album wasn't selling much, while Biggie's Junior Mafia was going gold. And it seemed like Biggie
God damn it, my shit way low now. My bad, y'all.
He had made a wise decision to not join Thug Life but instead create his own movement. And Pac was obviously bothered by it. Then on June 6, 1995, Biggie released the One More Chance Stay With Me remix with his wife Faith Evans, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. It was the highest debuting single of all time and went platinum in just a month, which made him appear on the cover of the Source magazine in July 95. And he got crowned the King of New York.
It was Langston Hughes. He was Donald Goins. He was the one. He was the one. He had more than just rap.
Y'all be saying all that, then y'all be beefing them motherfuckers at the same time.
He looked like a king.
This made Tupac very upset. He thought, how can you be the King of New York and not know who shot me? You had all your people there and had the building surrounded. Pac felt like as the King of New York, he should have been able to find out who did it. He was mad at him.
Nah, that motherfucker.
And even if he did...
That motherfucker like... The motherfucker is, bro. Like you gotta watch his interviews, bro. Like when he talking with DJ Academics, he telling, bro. They just blocked me because I was just doing this interview. Like for example, I was just doing the interview. One of his interviews and he was talking about the industry and all that shit, bro. Get what they gave me, bro. They gave me an age. They gave me like a little warning sign for like age restriction because the shit he was talking about, bro. They try to say that it was underage people watching this shit or some shit like that, bro. Like they do shit like that, bro. That's why I can't do too much X on the channel because they gonna try to block my shit. If that makes sense. Cause when I see his interviews, he be saying the real shit, bro. Like.
Didn't know.
I wish I could go in detail with this shit with y'all though, bro. Like where I really want to. Like I really want to take my that's why I said I go on Twitch, bro. I can't do it on YouTube. I gotta go on Twitch.
Is giving him info. He is the guy everyone reaches out to when there's an issue. At least that's what Pac thought the King of New York title meant. And Big had all his people there. So as the King of New York, he must have heard about it. Somebody had to know something. Pac felt betrayed by his own soldiers. He expected Biggie to maybe not tell him who did it.
It's wild because like if you go, it's one interview, he tell you the wave patterns of how people listen to music, bro. Like for what my dude with producer is, my dude with basically broke down how the wave pattern, how people like listen to music, how people love music and shit. Like I'll explain this shit. Like you know, certain people like hear a certain beat, and they like the same. Everybody just play the same type of beat, and everybody just like the same beat type of beat. Basically, break that shit down. How to break down music. How to break that shit down, make it sound like any song. Like you can make any song from that shit. Like if that makes sense to y'all.
But to help him find the people who are responsible for it, so that they can talk it out or settle it. Biggie was cool with Jimmy, but didn't reach out to Pac. At least not to talk about the incidents.
People think I just got out of jail was like just because I got shot on the East Coast. I'm like, the East Coast, you know? Half the rappers from the East Coast was there when I got shot. Nobody knew a thing. That's just like you coming to the hood, the police ask them what happened, and everybody's like, I don't know. You know they lying. And all I was doing was like, give me my proper etiquette. If Biggie was out here on the West Coast, he was in the studio with me and we homeboys, and he got shot. No, I wouldn't tell him who did it, but I wouldn't go rob him. Did it, but he wanted to know who did it. And I'd be like, look, man, Watch did it. This is why they want to talk.
In my opinion, I just wish Pac didn't have so much faith in Biggie like that, bro. Like he should have me his ass long, like period. He should never put that motherfucker on. She never gave that motherfucker clothes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Told him how he need to rap. Cause he got his whole rapping style from goddamn Tupac. He was trying to go through the gang shit. Then he went to player shit because Tupac told him to go to that shit. Yeah, basically what you said, bro. Like that. That's what basically he was saying. Like basically he was telling us like how do you like motherfuckers don't even know that shit to this day, bro. He been telling how he was doing that shit. Cause when that nigga was when X was live, bro, he didn't even make long songs, bro. He made like how long the song was. You might have like he'll make a hook, then one verse, then another hook, and that's the end of the song, bro. And that shit get millions of views, bro. That motherfucker, it's like replay. It's like he was doing. Let me say he was doing shorts before it was called shorts. He doing that shit in music, bro. He's making them shit. He making every song short, so your ass can replay that shit, and your shit can program your head, bro. If that makes sense to you. Program like a feel like he made like a lot. Say for example like a lot like how Tupac made like a lot of sad songs, bro. That shit is programming your head, bro. Nah, I ain't a fan of it. I ain't. You like Ye?
Just like when the 60s wanted to get stretched. I went to the personally talk.
Not only did Big become the King of New York, but he also made an appearance on the new double album of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
They will make me my guess fall out right here.
He rapped on the song This Time Around, which became one of the singers of the album. So the King of Rap and the King of Pop on one song. That's how it was marketed. How did Big go from one of Tupac's soldiers trying to make a name for himself to being on a song with the King of Pop in just 1 year?
Biggie had his foot on everybody's necks from a musical standpoint. We needed him, and he had the game in the chokehold.
He was telling our story.
Nigga, you don't have the game. Y'all say he had the game. Tupac was locked up. Y'all talking about he had the game unlocked. If Tupac was locked up, he wouldn't have been shit. Let's just be real. He wouldn't be goddamn shit. Y'all got them hyping that man up because he was the only one goddamn the only one blowing up out of New York. They just be real. They just be real. Like,
you know, like the angst and the frustration, you know, in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Just change your life.
He can't make it for his damn life.
And thought that he would end up like the rap legend Slick Rick, who had to spend 5 years in prison, which slowed down and ruined his career.
What's up?
Who was inspired by him,
about to say your name right.
Who was around him, all his homies, partners, and underlings continued to grow using Slick Rick's name, while he himself, as one of the biggest faces of the 80s, started to disappear.
I still gotta do Slick Rick though. I gotta get healed to Slick Rick.
Pac was afraid that the same thing would happen to him. I mean, he was facing 1.5 to 4.5 years. He was afraid that Biggie and Stretch, all the people he helped to become famous, would use him as a stepping stone and outgrow him, while also using his name, style, ideas and sound to get on top. All while Pac's career is at a halt. Cause Pac was really the one that made everything possible for them, with him being a movie star and successful rapper.
I just hope to. I ain't gonna lie to him. Everybody say Tupac gone, I just hope he alive. I'm just gonna keep that in my damn heart. Everybody say my boy gone, but I'm like, I don't know, something that tell me like, you know what I'm saying? Cause how his mind, like, you go through an interview, you like his mind set up, like, bro, I think he would have had a getaway plan. You know what I'm saying? 8 months in jail. I would think he have a getaway plan. You know what I'm saying? I hope he did get away and goddamn. He had to do that. The only way he can get out that motherfucker.
Someone that was generous enough to give all his homies a platform, and he felt like Stretch
what's up,
were
brother?
ungrateful, as they wouldn't even pay him a visit while he was locked up. He sent Biggie a message to meet him in prison, so that they can talk about who shot him. But Big never came. He kept sending him messages instead, while also shouting him out on the radio. In the interview with Sway, Pac explained how he felt about it.
I got shot. I'm like, yo, what happened? Come see me in jail. Biggie all in the air, so my ear popping my homeboy, but not see him. My homeboy Stretch is going to Biggie's concert. This is like abandoning me. But all in the air on TV, they like, yeah, Pop, rest, you know, keep the struggle on. I was like, yo, I'm starting to turn into like Slick Rick. This is just going to act like I'm going to just be in jail and they're going to give me shout outs and try to take my position. And if you watch, that's what Biggie did.
He also talked about it in the 96 Vibe interview.
Study Wild would be mad. Study Wild would be mad when half of New York, half of the major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot, and nobody could give me no information. Just study that.
On July 10th, Puffy, Andre Harrell, Jimmy Henchman, Stretch, Lil Sean, Diana Jackson, and Biggie all sent letters to the
What's up? How you doing?
In response to
where you been at? I ain't mentioning, but where you been at?
Issue. It seemed like they were moving as a unit, all on the same team against Pac. Cause Vibe put all their statements in the August 95 issue with the headline, Tupac under fire, the saga continues.
What did they say they did? Oh, I see it right now.
Tupac versus everyone that was there during the shooting. They were baiting him. Pac spoke on this in the 96 Vibe interview.
Them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing.
Everybody that was involved knows what happened. And everything is there. If you got a brain, just read everything over. And read my reply, read their reply, read what people say. Watch people. Because you can fake for a long time, but one day, you're going to show yourself to be a phony.
He found it odd how they all phrased their letters in a similar way as Jimmy Henchman, using the same phrases, words, and ways to ridicule him.
Yeah, they was New York, y'all was scared of one guy in Jamaica, man.
And
they was scared of him.
To Tupac's accusations.
You call it what it is.
He used the same words as him to describe Tupac's behavior at the Quad Studios. And Big wasn't even there at the 8th floor. He still said that he was acting like he's in a movie, being over-dramatic after the shooting. The same descriptions.
I want somebody from his camp say, I want somebody from they be real. Like, they tell this to bad boy, let's see, y'all need to be real, bro. Y'all, Haitian Jack, y'all would've said something. Defend it. If y'all would defend it, goddamn Tupac, Haitian Jack would've got on y'all ass. They just call it what it is to him. You know what I'm saying? That was basically them getting. That boy put the law down like, if y'all mess with Tupac, and I run New York and shit, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going against us. And they was scared. Tupac passed, man. They arrested the shooter just this last summer. Yeah, they did. He the dumbest fucking criminal I ever fucking seen. He could have got away with it now, bro. Nigga kept running him out in the interview. He needed money, bro. He had counsel. I think he had like counsel or some shit. So he needed money to pay for that shit. So he had to do them interviews. We ain't supposed to be doing them interviews talking about the shit. And they got his ass. Dumb ass shit. That nigga, he had pissed me off last fucking stream. He talking about some y'all some what he say? He said y'all some Tupac lovers and shit. Y'all wanna what he say? Pick him up. Wait, not pick him up. Dig him out the grave, some shit. Say y'all some Tupac lovers, y'all want to dig him out the grave and shit. Y'all want him back there, bad. But that shit, boy, I almost went through the damn monitor, boy. That shit had me hot to it.
Tupac's reaction after the shooting. All he saw was him getting carried into an ambulance. Everything else came from different sources. Biggie just repeated the same words Puffy, Andre Harrell, and Jimmy Henchman used to describe Pac's behavior. Because they were the ones saying that Pac went into movie mode after getting shot. They downplayed everything and ridiculed him. Jimmy Henchman even said he's believing the movie scripts that he's played.
See, the fact he thought he was gonna get away with them in the interview shit, nigga, you still in the fucking car. Even if you wasn't a shooter, you still down with the shit. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna get you for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they dropped the recording when he was telling that his cousin, nephew was doing it. He did the shooting. He told everything she did. Just like a motherfucker.
Biggie, on the other hand, said everything was a movie to him. And Big wasn't even there. He just repeated Jimmy Henchman's statements.
The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acting?
Fact.
Puffy and Andre Harrell said the same thing. But Big's statements upset him the most.
Oh, they get me. I wanted to get put so damn bad, boy. I can't wait. Well,
prior to the release of this article, Pac had announced that he's done with hip-hop. He wanted to stop.
We gotta get his ass somehow.
But these statements in the magazine really convinced him to team up with Death Row, after initially refusing Suge's offer to join the label before getting locked up. Cause Suge wanted Pac on the label since '93, but things didn't work out even though they would continue to do business.
They were biting his ass, taking
like
his fucking
appearing on
style and
Best Boy
everything.
soundtracks or doing remixes together. But let's take a look at some of the comments in the article. In response to Pac saying that nobody tried to help him after he got shot, Puffy said, "Nobody turned their backs on him. People was all up on him. Immediately." Andre was like, "Oh my god, call the ambulance." Tupac wanted to go to the phone. So me and my man Groovy Lou was by his side, trying to hold him up, getting him to calm down. He was telling Groovy Lou to roll him a blunt. He definitely brought the theatrics to it. So Puff was basically saying that Pac was acting, being over-dramatic and lying in the interview, using the same angle as Jimmy Henchman and Biggie. Then he continued saying he got a lot of people in a lot of BS with that interview. The way it was written, it was open-ended, like me and Big and Andre had something to do with it. I would never ever purposefully try to hurt no next man. The man had his own beefs with people. I never had no beef with that man. This right here is proof that Puffy knew that the Quad Studio incident was not just a random robbery and a coincidence with Pac being in the wrong place at the wrong time, with robbers going at a random target. This was a setup and planned attack. He said the man had his own beefs with people. So, according to Puff, the shooting was a result of a beef with a certain someone. So he just exposed himself, cause he's still hanging out and teaming up with the same person that set him up. Again, what led to the robbery was Pac's beef with Haitian Jack and Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy hired the three robbers to go at him, and Puff continued working and being cool with Jimmy, even after writing the
fake ass shit,
admitting that it was because of a beef with Jimmy Henchman. Puff did not distance himself from him, nor did he show sympathy or loyalty to Pac. Neither did he reach out to Pac to confirm who did it. So he wasn't just an innocent bystander who wants justice to be served. He didn't care about any of it.
Well, what's got to be hating on me? I don't know what's going on Twitch.
Towards Pac in an attempt to help him get his justice. Instead, he continued showing support to Jimmy. So people should stop acting like Tupac had no reason to see Puffy as his enemy. With the robber Dexter Isaacs saying that Puffy knew about the plan before the robbery happened, and Puff making this statement in the Vibe magazine, we have more than enough reason to think that Pac's worries, suspicions and accusations were justifiable, because everyone tried to make it seem like Pac lost his mind. People also say that this was a New York thing, the unwritten rule to not snitch on people, even if the information is not given to the police but to your own friends. People from New York excused Puff and Big's behavior, saying that what they did was normal, and that Pac didn't know about this no snitching rule as he didn't grow up in New York and wasn't really accustomed to the culture there. So once again,
no snitch rule is for everybody know about this shit.
If he was in Puff or Big's shoes, he would have offered to arrange a meeting between the victim and the perpetrator, meaning the guy that got shot and the guy who set him up. And he thought that was the right thing to do for them. But people have said that that's not a common thing to do on the East Coast, that it's more of a West Coast thing. On the East Coast, people try to stay out of it and shut up about it. At least that's how the people around Biggie explained it. And Pac had no clue. It must have been a culture shock to him. In response to Pac saying that Thug Life is dead, Puffy said, "I really hope that this Thug Life ish is really over. But on the real, if you're gonna be a mother effing thug, you got to live and die a thug." You know what I'm saying? There ain't no jumping in and out of thugism. If that's what you choose to do,
I don't know why the fuck he said this shit.
I ain't no thug. Only thugs I know is dead or in jail, or about to be.
So yes, I did say Thug Life was dead. Yes, I bowed out all of that. But when they said that, they breathed new life. And Thug Life not only became a rap group, but it became a way of life for life.
Puffy's statements were similar to what Jimmy Henchman said. Where he went wrong was when he tried to go to the streets, and when it came down to the test, he did not hold up. He's gonna assassinate people's character, saying that people was crying and falling.
Shut your bitch ass. Shut your bitch ass the fuck up. Like, nigga, you didn't do it your goddamn self. You had to go goddamn get motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's your ass up.
To the floor like a sack of potatoes. It just goes to show that the real coward and the real guy that was crying was Tupac.
Your ass a coward, nigga.
Because the part about
they probably should have fought him man one-on-one.
Was a comment that Pac made to belittle his friend Stretch. And Jimmy is the same guy that used Stretch to send Pac threats, calling his mother to intimidate them. But now it seemed like Jimmy and Stretch are on the same page, coming together to comment about Pac. And he took it.
And he did all that talking about some he hold up the thug, but when them Fed came and got it, Jimmy, your head told on everybody, nigga. You know what I'm saying? These niggas don't know what the fuck they want to do. Got down this Nintendo motherfuckers.
Joining the people who set him up. The robber Dexter Isaacs suggested that Stretch sent Jimmy messages to inform him about Tupac.
I'm gonna make a future video. They're gonna say the fall of Jimi Hendrix. He gonna have me right down the side laughing at his dumb ass. That's what the fuck I'm at. I might do that shit tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna look up the story and everything. How he feeling there and total. I know we gotta do 50 Cent to the 50 Cent part of it too. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm out. Y'all see me tomorrow on one of my posters. I got Jimmy Hendrix on the other side. I got me laughing at his ass. Y'all know why.
While they were on their way to the Quad Studios, but Stretch's brother Majesty denied it and said that they never had anything to do with him. Stretch made similar comments as Puffy and Jimmy as well. Pac was talking all that ish about thug life as ignorance and telling people names and all that ish. I don't even understand why he went there. I've seen Pac mad times after the shooting, and he never kicked none of that ish to me. You know how he feels about the media. So why would he go and do an interview like that? He's supposed to be a street guy. He should have kept it in the streets. I mean, people had to go and get their names changed. I want him to get a reality check. Recognize
crazy. I ain't about to take no goddamn charge for y'all niggas. Y'all got me fucked
rule
up.
right there, that's the rule that's never to be broken.
So skip Stretch ass. We don't even talk to this bitch ass no more. Like, nigga, I ain't about to take no goddamn two damn. We got 2-3 gun charge for y'all niggas. Man, fuck that. It ain't mine. Man, fuck that shit. Y'all need this shit. Y'all niggas should have goddamn owned up for that shit. That shit y'all shit. Ain't my shit. You about to pay me the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie.
The fallout between the two
they about to pay me out,
happened after Tupac made those statements in that Vibe magazine interview. Stretch got mad at Pac for saying that he and the other two people that were with him dropped like a sack of potatoes when they got ambushed, even though Stretch is 6'8", the tallest guy that was present that night, quote-unquote towering over them. Pac was expecting the robbers to go directly at Stretch, since they usually go for the big guy, but they went for Pac instead, and Stretch followed their orders.
He gotta be the dumbest motherfucker the dumbest motherfucker. Nigga, you had the homeboy that was goddamn on top of the word, nigga. All you had to shove and ride for him, your ass been rich and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's too bad. That's why you need me twin. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need. You know what I'm saying? You would have had me in that motherfucker. Shit, we goddamn went out together. You know what I'm saying?
Back or helping Tupac to shoot them. Pac saying all this ish in the interview like, I thought that Stretch was gonna fight. He was towering over them. Now that guy know I ain't never going out like no B. But I ain't
You did though.
I got no gun. What the F am I supposed to do? I might be towering over them, but I ain't towering over no slugs. Tupac got shot trying to go for his ish. He tried to go for his gun and he made a mistake on his own. But I'll let him tell the world that. I ain't even going to get into it all like that. Pac's talking about people dropping like a sack of potatoes. How the F is he going to know if people dropped like a sack of potatoes if he was turned around to get his joint? He tried to turn around and pull the joint out real quick, but people caught him, grabbed his hand when it was by his waist. Me personally, I only heard one shot. I didn't hear 4, 5, 6 shots, and he was saying he got shot 3-4 times. None of us remember hearing 4 or 5 shots. When the shot went off, that's when we went down.
Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times and they did it. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctor talking about? I like your girl pound all over me.
They got different accounts of what happened, and I'm the one with the bullet wounds.
Think back. Did you think about all the people that you've seen me put on stage? Think about all the people that I put on, that I got into this game, that I showed how to do this. And think about what they're saying now. That's not keeping it real.
So Stretch was upset when he read the interview, and Biggie felt the same way. In the Vibe article, he said, "When I read the interview, I felt like he was just ishing on everybody. I always said that he was the realest guy in the game."
I don't know what he was trying to hide, or he was scared. I don't know what's going on in his head. I want to apologize, especially when I found out what really went there. That he shot himself, that he shot in his head, got pistol with. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all this, and I'm like, damn. I think we'll just get a little bit too happy with the situation. Trying to make movies. Everything was a movie to him.
I figured that with the ish he was talking in the Vibe, he was just confused more than anything. You get shot and then you go to jail for something you ain't even do, that could twist the guy's mind up. People saying I set him up and I'm the one that got him shot. They're saying that my record, Who Shot Ya, is about him. That is just crazy. That song was finished way before Tupac got shot. People was taking little pieces of the song and trying to add it to the story. And that ish is crazy. Other people look at the Vibe piece like, damn, Little Caesar was on the terrace, he must have been the lookout man. And it's real people like Keith thinking, that's effed up, what Big did to Tupac. I think that should be erased. Never ever
nigga. That nigga would look at me.
With me, he always gonna be my man. Even when I go see him again. But he need to just check himself. And I want an apology. Cause I don't get down like that. Stretch said some positive things about Pac too. Me and Pac have been down from day one. Before he did Juice. Before his first album. That's my man. So the interview he did in Vibe bugged me out. But I know him. He likes to talk a lot. Especially when he's upset. He'll say ish that he won't even mean. And then he'll think about it later and be like, damn, why the F did I say that? Tupac also spoke about the Vibe article with Sway in '96.
What made me do the Death Row thing, because I was really going to quit rapping. But then Puffy and Biggie and all of them came out in the Vibe, and they lied, and they twisted the facts, and all I wanted to do was end everything and walk away from shit. You know what I mean? Like how Scarface and all them. Dude, I want to get out the game. I go to jail for a crime everybody know I did not commit. Get shot 5 times, and I'm getting in jail, woundy, wompy. They just say anything to assassinate my character. I'm trying to get out the game. They want to dirty up my memory. They want to dirty up everything I worked for. So it made me come back. Instead of quitting, it made me come back more relentless. To destroy my what in fact is my comrades. To destroy what used to be my homeboys, what I worked for, my closest clique. They disrespected me, my name, my family, what I had been through. They said that I couldn't be in pain. I could not feel, I could not be hurt.
Big and Stretch said that they want to meet him and talk it out. But during the entirety of those 8 months Pac was in prison, they never paid him a visit. Even though he repeatedly told family members and friends to inform those two about his request to talk to them. But they were instead going to parties together. Pac was hurt and disappointed. Majesty later clarified that the reason why they couldn't visit Pac in prison was because he and his brother had no ID. And with no ID, you're not allowed to visit people in prison. Pac, of course, didn't know that, and thought...
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Y'all grown ass man. How the fuck y'all don't got no damn ID? The fuck? Everybody need an ID. Y'all couldn't go to the store either? How y'all get in the club? Hello?
that they're purposefully abandoning him. All he knew is that Stretch was pretending to talk to him in prison so that he can hit on Pac's ex-girlfriend Desiree Smith.
Yeah, we found out it was facts.
In the club.
We did. Y'all go check my live out. What live I did? The one I did with Tupac cousin. We found she did the interview. She said that this is confirmed that Stretch y'all talked to him
about losing contact with Pac. Gave Stretch her number in hope that it would reach Pac. According to Desiree, Big Stretch called her saying he had a message from Pac, as if he went to prison and spoke to him, even though he never reached out to him while he was locked up. Stretch then turned up at her place with people from Junior Mafia and Bedford Avenue. he tried to sweet-talk her, and she later told Pac that he tried to sleep with her, after delivering no message from him. With everything she was hearing about Pac, thinking that Biggie had something to do with the Quad Studio incident, she thought it was fishy that Stretch would be hanging out with Biggie's crew. She then contacted Pac by the way of letters saying, "This your boy. What's he doing with your enemy's peoples? And why he trying to holler at me?" Stretch hung out with Biggie all the time. Just like Jimmy Henchman, he was invited to numerous bad boy parties. They would always hang out together and make fun of Pac for shooting himself, saying that it was Pac's overreaction that got him hurt, that there was only one shot, which actually came from his own gun. And Biggie told him that he now
Hey,
understood.
tell my thing is straight. How the fuck you gonna hang with motherfuckers that rob Paul and had a pistol to your head? Unless you already knew what the fuck was going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be around no motherfuckers like shit. Even me and Pac ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you going to hang with the motherfucker? You know they had something to do with y'all. Nigga point a gun at you and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't need mother. I'm trying to understand their mindset of like they mindset of crazy. But everybody different. Like, ain't no way in here.
Why they hid the gun in the piano, and Biggie was holding on to Pac's gun. He still had it and was hiding it from the police. Closer to everyone that was present that night, except Tupac. He didn't speak to Pac while he was in prison, but Pac apparently still spoke to Big after the shooting, and that's why Stretch thought that everything was fine. He didn't even know that Pac had changed his mind about the bad boy camp until he read about it in the Vibe magazine. So he just continued being cool with them, thinking Big is still cool with Pac. But they continued giving Tupac shoutouts here and there, even if they never came to visit him in prison. Like for example in the 19th issue of the Canadian magazine Peace, where Biggie was interviewed and asked to rate rappers on a scale from 1 to 10. This came out right around the time he made those disrespectful comments about him in the Vibe magazine, calling him an actor and a liar. Pac get busy. People can't take nothing from him. On the lyrics, he get busy. Straight up. That guy got some hard-ish, dog for real. And it's like the sad thing about it. When he started working on his new album he's got now, Out on Bail, he had so many raw East Coast producers in it. Big is talking about the Me Against the World album, which was called Out on Bail during earlier stages of the recording. So this was an old interview from 1994, but they published it a whole year later, which made it seem like Big is giving Pac a shout out in the middle of their beef, after the whole back and forth in the Vibe magazine. The ish was sounding real tight, cause everybody always says Pac had lyrics but his beats was whack. He was up in New York when he was working on Above the Rim-ish, and he was working on his album at the same time. I put him on to Moby, I put him on to LG. He has action, special eds DJ. He had some hard ish. He went back to the West and just started getting back into that other ish. Pac found it weird how they would continue giving him shoutouts while at the same time trying to destroy his image, painting him as a liar and actor in the Vibe magazine, while also not coming to speak to him face to face. So the lack of communication between both sides caused Pac to assume the worst, and create this false image in his head that Stretch and Big were his enemies, when in reality everything was a misunderstanding, at least the part about Big's involvement. But Puffy was definitely informed about it, and Big would have always defended Puff no matter what, as he saw his...
What kind of hole he had in your head, Big? Like, word. That baby oil did something to your head. It must be something in that motherfucker special. It must be something. You know what I'm saying? That shit take your soul or something. I don't know. No mindset. I don't understand his
him as a
mindset.
savior, comparing him to Jesus Christ.
He took
Jesus
me out
Christ.
of a dangerous game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was selling drugs real hard, you know? And when I got the record deal, all I got cut short. So it's like he Jesus to me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it's,
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Mm-hmm. call another man Jesus, there's only one Jesus, motherfucker. Yeah, your whole mindset fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up. That boy worshiped that motherfucker. Yeah, he worshipped it. Yeah, that baby boy did. Fucked him up. Yeah.
Real, and I go all out.
Now, I ain't saying none of that. I'm not Jesus.
To
Jesus.
Me, I look at him like, I say Jesus.
And the next question is, watch him out for the...
Y'all gotta see that whole little setting when he rubbing on his hand and shit. Y'all gotta see that chat. Everybody say he was on something right there. He wasn't acting like himself. I can't fucking tell. You look like you acting like yourself. I don't know. I can't tell.
Thunder out this mouth.
I don't know. I don't think he was on nothing. I think that was him.
He saved me.
He said.
So Big had Puff's back the same way Puff had Jimmy Henchman's back. And the same way Jimmy had Haitian Jack's back. Stretch and Big backed each other up as well. It didn't matter if Big was involved or not. His actions after the shooting were already enough. So Pac was done with all of them. Meanwhile, Suge Knight, the co-owner of the record company Death Row Records, went through his own share of problems with Puffy and Bad Boy. He used to look out for Puff in the early 90s, when he was just an A&R at Uptown Records. And even after starting his own record company, Suge helped Puff wherever he could, most of the time for free. Puffy used to come out to California, and Suge used to look out for him, for free, as Puff couldn't afford security at the time. But now, Big was starting to take over the game, and Bad Boy became $1 million company. Biggie was one of Suge's favorite rappers. He wanted him to perform at a location he was promoting.
Said a lot about shit tonight.
But Puffy expected Suge to pay money for it, even though Suge had always looked out for him for years, done everything for free. Puffy didn't care and refused to do it for free. Biggie was killing it at the time. The Source magazine had crowned him the King of New York, and the West Coast didn't really have an artist that was on his level at the time. They had no one to compete with him. And there was a lot of pressure at the time, with everyone saying that the East Coast is taking over. Dre just came out of jail and had to start from scratch. He was starting to work on his new album but lost his loyal ghostwriter, the DOC, who had just left the label for not getting paid enough. And Dre had to cancel his collab album with Ice Cube called Helter Skelter. So now they were left with nothing. Snoop Dogg didn't have anything in the vault that's worth releasing. And it was clear that the Dogg Pound album they were working on at the time wouldn't come anywhere near the Chronic, Doggy Style, or Ready to Die. So Death Row, the face of the West Coast, had nothing.
When you two ball loud up, y'all couldn't bite Tupac no more. They just call it what it is, Tony.
While Big is breaking one record after another, winning all the awards, doing group albums, doing remixes that are topping the charts, being on the cover of every magazine, all while the people from Death Row were going through all the legal problems, with Snoop's murder case and Dr. Dre's house arrest. Biggie and Puffy were taking over and Suge Knight, and he also felt like Puffy did him dirty. He was mad about it. He knew that Dre and Snoop, who are currently the main artists on Death Row, weren't on Biggie's level at the time, at least rapping-wise. So Suge was looking for someone new, a rapper that could outperform and outshine Biggie and Bad Boy, so that Suge can get his revenge and continue looking down on Puff. It was all ego. The rapper Suge was looking for was Tupac, who was currently in prison. He wanted to teach Puff a lesson, so he got in touch with Pac, and together they exchanged their frustrations and hatred for Biggie and Puffy. They were now in the same boat, had the same motives, the same mindset, the same enemies, the same level of hatred for them. And the two already knew each other through their collaborations prior to Pac's incarceration. The Death Row record deal Pac almost signed in '93 before deciding against it, and its appearance on various
I want to know the fur record
like Above the Rim,
what he was offering.
And also Murder Was the Case, although they ultimately left his song off the album. They paid him regardless, knowing that Pac is short on money because of all the legal problems. So Suge always loved Pac, who on the other hand tried to keep a healthy distance from them, as he knew that they meant trouble. Pac and Death Row were like fire and gasoline, a dangerous combination. But with him being locked up, potentially for the next 4+ years, he had no other option but to join the label. He was filled with anger, rage and hatred, and quote-unquote sold his soul to the devil by signing to Suge Knight, the tyrant of the rap industry, who wanted to bail him out and give him a 3-album contract. Together they thought of a plan to destroy all their enemies on the East Coast. Pac was on board, and Suge wanted to end Puffy's career by all means necessary. He wanted to destroy the label Bad Boy and replace it with the new label branch Death Row East as the face of East Coast hip-hop. He wanted to sign all the artists that Puffy was working with, including Biggie, after humbling him and giving him no other option.
I don't think that shit would still work though, I ain't gonna lie.
The plan was to sign all the big talents on the East Coast, so that Puffy had no superstar to work with anymore. That's why at the '95 Source Awards, which took place on August 3rd, Suge went on stage and dissed Puffy by inviting artists from all around the world to join his label, while saying that they don't have to tolerate a guy like Puffy dancing in their videos and ad-libbing every single one of their songs.
Any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the
videos,
all on the record, dancing, come to Death Row.
Puffy was sitting in the audience when Suge made those comments.
I ain't gonna lie y'all, we all know this shit by heart now.
This was really the first time he made the beef public, by ridiculing him on stage and taking the legendary Bad Boy and Death Row rivalry to the next level. He even shouted out Tupac, indirectly announcing that he'll become a member of the Death Row family. That same night, Biggie once again proved to everyone that he's a problem. He won 4 awards in just one night: New Solo Artist, Lyricist, Live Performer and Album of the Year. A year prior, the West Coast had dominated the Source Awards, with Dre and Snoop winning in most categories. But this year, Biggie stole the show. He was the biggest thing in hip-hop, so Suge once again got jealous. Puffy was once again feeling himself with Biggie being on par with the entire Death Row label, cause he was getting the same amount of awards as the entire Death Row family combined. And that really bothered him, which is why Suge made those comments out of nowhere. "I couldn't believe what he said. I thought we was boys," Puffy said. He later came on stage and responded to those comments while also speaking about the East-West war.
I'm the executive producer that a comment was made about a little bit earlier. But check this out, contrary to what other people may feel, I would like to say that I'm very proud of Dr. Dre, of Death Row, and Suge Knight for their accomplishments. And all this East and West that needs to stop.
The East-West conflict wasn't anything new, but this incident made everything worse. Suge's words spread like flu germs, reigniting ancient East-West hostilities. Biggie, being the winner of the night, infuriated everyone from Death Row. The people from the East Coast started booing them every time they went on stage.
Me too, I heard that too.
Snoop Dogg had to speak up.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us.
They went through problems a year prior, cause the East Coast crowd was upset about Dre and Snoop winning all the awards. That was the same award show where Tupac rushed the stage in the middle of the A Tribe Called Quest victory speech. He rapped the song Out on Bail with dozens of his homies on stage, making Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest cry and pissing off the East Coast audience. New Yorkers felt disrespected by Pac interrupting their speech, cause they were just giving a shout out to all the pioneers of hip-hop, and it seemed like he did it on purpose. Not only that, but the East Coast audience was upset about the West Coast rappers winning more awards than East Coast rappers.
I don't know what's happening with all this East Coast, West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. All this bullshit. Y'all shit is dope, y'all shit is dope. Don't deny it.
There were arguments going on behind the scenes, and rappers from the West Coast didn't feel accepted in New York. And this only got worse a year later in '95. And things got worse behind the scenes. More specifically, after the award show. Suge Knight supposedly slept with Puffy's baby mama Misa Hilton that same night.
Well, her damn eyebrows at? You know what I mean?
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
She kill me every time, them damn eyebrows. Damn. Should not be saying him
off even more.
That nigga should not had Dre baby mama, Dre wife, and he had goddamn Puffy wife. God damn. And he was married. And with a side girl. Damn.
Always go to all of Puffy's and Biggie's shows together with his people, trying to intimidate him, showing off his Ma Peru gang ties in an attempt to humble him. Puffy then realized that it was too dangerous for him to come to LA. Not doing shows and promoting his music on the West Coast would once again slow down his money, so avoiding the West Coast was not an option. He saw how Suge always had about 50 to 100 gang members with him, wherever he went, ready to go to war on his command. Flying to LA with a security team of 50 men, 50 bodyguards wasn't an option, cause it was way too expensive. It wouldn't have even been worth doing all the shows in LA if the costs are that high. So he was forced to do what Suge was doing the whole time. Get close with one of the biggest gangs in LA to get their support. That was the most efficient option for him. Puffy thought it was a smart move for him to get in touch with the Crips, especially with the Southsiders. They had a history with Suge's Ma Peru. They were enemies. With the help of his good friend Eric Von Zip, Puffy got in touch with the Southside Crip Keefe D, the guy who was in the Cadillac the day Tupac got shot and killed. Keefe D and the Southsiders were now accompanying Puffy and the Bad Boy staff every time they came to the West Coast. They became his personal security, and were 20 to 40 deep at all the shows, trying to keep Suge's Ma Peru in check. Puffy pitted them against each other, so that there is a West Coast internal conflict in the middle of
like playing damn chess.
More on this in my Tupac murder documentary. On August 15th, Tupac wrote a letter to his ex-girlfriend.
Guess what? After 2 months of marrying Keisha and I, you need a divorce this time. It's final by the time you get this. This shit be down my lawyer and as we speak. Don't trip. I know you ain't. I am not depressed. I am acting home. The jealousy in my place was too much. Jealousy can. Man, a relationship, man, if you gotta keep him.
Desiree Smith while he was in prison, telling her about his divorce from his wife Keisha after being married to her for 3.5 months. Cause Pac had been married while he was in prison, but it unfortunately didn't work out. At the bottom of the letter he wrote, "Be careful, The Walking Dead. Jack Agnance, rest in peace. Todd, rest in peace. Jimmy Ace."
Now that made me want to look. Now that one made me look up goddamn Keisha. Let me see if she got something. That made me want to look up Keisha. I ain't gonna lie. Tupac. Well, she do got an old interview. Napoleon makes his wife a call, bro. Oh, we already heard from her. That motherfucker spoke some shit on this. Y'all go watch that. Tupac, why keep saying? We need a recent one. I need a recent. I don't read no old shit. It's like, damn, 28 later. 28 years later? Oh, Lord, look at it. I gotta check these out, make sure they're. Oh, yeah, I know this shit copyrighted. 1997. That's it. They're doing 7 years ago. Craig Man ex-wife. Hold on, Craig Mike. Oh, hold on now. Craig is really he called from the night Tupac was shot, begging to come home. Hold on now, we got damn, I'm right here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all got me right there with Tupac now. I appreciate it. Damn, I want to kind of hear this shit, Chad. I ain't gonna lie. Let me see what she say. We're gonna see what she say, Chad. Look, there, I want to hear this shit. You gonna get juicy. You gonna see what she say. Who gonna know that, right?
To look at it from Diddy's side, right? Did Craig Mack do anything to him to make him violate him like that?
I absolutely have no idea. I have no idea. Other than just to be a jerk about the situation, or maybe to assert, I have more power than you. I can do this to you. I don't know. I have no idea.
Because at one point he did try to sign with Death Row, and he knew Diddy and Suge was beefing. So
This was before the Death Row thing. The $100 was prior to that. That wasn't even in the forefront at that point. So that couldn't have been a reason to do that.
So what was the real situation with Craig Mack and Death Row, from your point of view?
The truth is, Craig wanted to leave Bad Boy. But prior to Craig just coming to like, I'm done, he had a contract renegotiation. And his attorney at the time had went, and this is from my understanding, this is what I was told by the attorney. He had went, renegotiated the contract, and basically got Craig what he wanted, plus a nice, I guess, advance. And
okay, you can't trust that. When they say advance, you can't trust that shit. Yeah, no.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
They say advance. Yeah, nah, I don't trust shit.
He said after he had been in this meeting for quite some time, he said he came out, was like, yes, I got you what you wanted. And he told me, his exact words, Craig said, I want to leave Bad Boy. I don't even want to be here. I don't care. Which in essence kind of upset the attorney, because he's like, hey, I've been here swinging for you for some hours now. And I come out with what you wanted, and you was like, I don't want to be here. So Craig said he just didn't want to be there anymore. So when he said he didn't want to be there, that he came home and he was just like, everything went well, but I still don't want to be there. And I'm like, why? He's like, I just don't.
Who's Freddie?
Craig
Freddie,
wasn't a person who would give you a really good explanation. He would just say, it is what it is. Basically, I don't want to be there.
Oh, Star.
I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. I feel restricted. Okay, so what are you going to do to get out the contract? He filed bankruptcy. Because apparently bankruptcy makes contracts null and void. And that's what he did.
Ooh, they key out.
That didn't work out how he thought it was going to work out.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do it.
And you was telling me that you the one that came up with the idea for him to file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, I'm the one who told him when you file for bankruptcy. And to be perfectly honest, we were in bankruptcy area, owing more that was coming in. And I knew from some friends of mine that, filing bankruptcy would make other contracts null and void. That included his Bad Boy contract. And we went to the first court date, and there we were in court out on the island, and Miss Combs sent her attorneys, like 2 or 3 of them. And
God damn.
I was sitting in the back in the gallery. Craig and his attorney went up there, and I really couldn't hear exactly what they were talking about. And I guess they said that, you know, they were going to let the bankruptcy go through. And we went home. But during that time, that's when Craig had been talking or speaking with Death Row.
But he had to know him signing with Suge would make Diddy mad.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure, positive that, you know, he knew that would upset him. But I believe in Craig's state of mind, he was upset. You know, so he probably did not really give a care if, you know, Puff was going to be upset about it or not. You know, he's looking at survival. He has a family. He has bills. And he modeled a model life. I told her what happened, and she was just like, I'm on it. And she gave me all the information. She called me back, gave me the information. I called him.
Craig met the Death Row, right?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But I never seen anything that he was like officially with Death Row. And he never told me.
So you telling me that 96 period, Suge, he was doing more for Craig Mack than Diddy?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Diddy had to get rid of him. Yeah, that confirmed it. Found out. Okay, we're gonna do more on Craig Mack though. I gotta do Craig Mack. I gotta do no Tupac ex-wife. Gotta write that down in my handy notes. I thought she was gonna talk about Tupac. She ain't talk about Tupac that one time, man. Goddamn clickbait the fuck out of me.
Those are the people Pac thought were responsible for the Quad Studio shooting. Haitian Jack, King Tut, who he thought was one of the shooters, and Jimmy Henchman.
Okay, that's who
he
King
also
Tut.
wrote Bad Boy Killer at the bottom right, sharing his plans of wanting to destroy Puffy's label Bad Boy Records. He put everyone that was present at the Quad Studios on the hit list. Not only them, but also everyone that was involved in the Ayanna Jackson assault case. And also the ones that were part of the Bad Boy camp. Pac scratched out the names of Little Sean, Biggie, Puffy, Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack, his friend Trevor, aka Rick, who was the guy that evaded arrest during the incident with Ayanna Jackson, Andre Harrell, Craig Mack, who's another rapper from Bad Boy Records that had nothing to do with the shooting, also King Tut, who Pac thought was a shooter.
King. I know I gotta see King Tut interview. I gotta see. Oh, that's how you spell it. King Tut. Where is that interview at? King Tut constantly about 94. Damn, I don't want to click on this bitch, man. It might be in.
Today we're going to
Oh.
do a prequel to the
Did it with Source, it was with Kim Ozavio.
Okay, so in the article or in the interview you did with Ms. Osavio, what was your position on this matter?
My position on this matter was that I did not commit the 1994 Quad Studio shooting.
Okay.
I stand on that.
All right. Why do you think people insist that you were?
Yeah, you know what? They going to make a death. Facts, you. Facts.
The alleged shooter.
Well, I have a history of being a robber. I'm known for wearing fatigues, and
So this like for y'all don't know, this is like one of the people that saw the Tupac. He said he wanted to shoot it though. The Tupac brother said he wanted to shoot it.
unfortunately, I'm also Jewish.
Okay.
What?
So, what was it? Any sort of relationship that you?
Man, Steve, we don't give a damn what you talking about, twin. Like on some real shit. Nigga, I'm gonna keep covering this shit, nigga. The fuck is you coming here complaining about shit? If you don't like it, get the fuck on, bro. The fuck? He is the best rapper alive, nigga. The fuck you talking about? Before I cut your ass out. Word.
May have had with Tupac.
If I'm gonna get your ass on it, get your ass out there.
That you were the guy
Dumb ass out there.
naming the songs and basically pinned you as.
The only thing I could think about is that someone saying that it was me, because I've never met Tupac Shakur in my life. I've never even been around him. So Tupac and myself, we've never been in the same location at the
My
same
bad,
time.
yo, but he about to make me turn up. King Tut was involved in the shooting in New York. I don't know if he pulled the trigger, but Tupac was told he was shooting. Yo, then I seen the interview with his brother, Tupac brother, talking about he watched the interview with him. Well, him with his, I think his wife was interviewing him and shit. He don't believe he was the shooter, but nigga, you still was involved in it, so you motherfucking guilty. You guilty, nigga. You guilty.
Time ever. So the only thing I could think of
Who's the shooter then?
is that it's my history, as well as someone saying it had to be this person because of something that I was wearing, or someone intentionally set me up.
Okay. When they
Yeah, I got him out of live, man.
movie about his life, and I don't want to quote the name of the movie, but I know one of the movies you were portrayed by a Brooklyn actor. And when you saw that, you was incarcerated at the time, correct?
Yes, I was.
How did you feel about you being portrayed? I know a lot of people contacted you and was like, yo.
He was in the movie? Oh, so he played, Mano played him, okay.
Portrayed you as the shooter in this incident. How did you feel about that, knowing you were innocent?
I ain't gonna lie, Mano. I don't listen to your music, but that tattoo you got right up. Oh, then you got the pyramid halfway off that shit with the eye in the middle. We know what side you on. Yeah, I'm still, yeah. That nigga got that motherfucker right on his neck too.
I felt terrible, to be honest. And the reason why is because it wasn't only my innocence, but it was the fact of who Tupac Shakur was.
Okay, and who was he to you?
To me, Tupac Shakur, he is and was the fruit of the Black Panther tree. He comes from a family.
So y'all think he lying? I don't get like in my spirit, you know what I'm saying? Even spirit, I don't get him spirit. He feel guilty to me. It feel like he prepared, like he been trained, like what to say and what not to say. He trying to go back to, I don't want to hear the fuck he got to say. He going back to goddamn, he going back to the history of the Panthers and shit. What the Panthers got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? We talking about Tupac. You want to go back to the history of Panthers. I ain't this bullshit. You gonna pee me the fuck off. Man, what my Tupac interview? He gonna pee me the fuck off already. Let me see what the people in the comments say. Tupac cousin being interviewed on the art. Send me there. Let's see. Oh, hell no, I believe his ass. He said he wasn't harmed. He's saying he wasn't harmed part because of his Black Panther, but he was robbing other black people. Yeah, we ain't gonna believe what he said to it. Yeah. Hey, who else said in the comment? I got a heart that. He said he went hard. Yeah. Who is it? Y'all see that shit, chat? Y'all see what he, I don't know. I'm pull it up. Y'all with that. What some dude in the comments said. Let me pull this shit up. Damn, you can't see that shit. Damn. Make it bigger. I'm trying to make it bigger. He said, let me see. I want to. What is it? What's the name of it? It's Gotti. You got a light skin. You got a light skin picture. Y'all see a light skin dude with a picture? Read it. Y'all can see it. He said he went harm Pac because of his black family, but he was robbing other black people. Let me like that shit. People believe in his ass. It's crazy. Y'all don't want to rest this shit. Y'all about to piss me off. Nigga, you still involved with this shit. And then fuck that. You still down with the twin.
At the time. But now, Big was starting to take over the game, and Bad Boy became $1 million company. Biggie was one of Suge's favorite rappers. He wanted him to perform at a location he was promoting. But Puffy expected Suge to pay money
all the time to make this shit up.
Even though Suge had always looked out for him for years. Done everything for free. Puffy didn't care and refused to do it for free. Biggie was killing it at the time. The Source magazine had crowned him the King of New York. And the West Coast didn't really have an artist that was on his level at the time. They had no one to compete with.
They ain't trying to still get money off the shit.
There was a lot of pressure at the time, with everyone saying that the East Coast is taking over.
Well, we can say one thing. He's smarter than Keefy D, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? He is smarter than Keefy D, dumbass. You know what I'm saying?
Dre just came out of jail and had to start from scratch. He was starting to work on his new album, but lost his loyal ghostwriter, the DOC, who had just left the label for not getting paid enough. And Dre had to cancel his collab album with Ice Cube called Helter Skelter. So now they were left with
but all these,
Snoop Dogg didn't have
you know, I've been saying,
involved.
let me talk to y'all, real quick. Let me see something. I don't know, ever since I've been covering Tupac, since I've been started streaming Tupac, bro, I've just been seeing a whole bunch of Tupac. Everywhere, bro. I know I ain't tripping, like, there's so many fucking interviews and shit now. You know what I mean? I don't know that's a big topic. Or my shit goddamn making people talk about this shit. That's what I really think, but cause it's like it's kind of hard, like try to believe what people say in interviews, cause everybody getting paid for the shit, like $5K for the interview shit. So you don't know if they coming up there telling the truth or they just making up stuff. That's why I be like, I don't really do too many interviews. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all telling the truth or y'all just coming up there for the money just to make shit go viral. You know, if that makes sense. And for the Tupac family, if y'all really doing, if y'all doing that telling the truth, I condone y'all. But if y'all just doing that shit for money, that's fucked up. You know what I mean?
And it was clear that the Dog Pound album they were working on at the time wouldn't come anywhere near the Chronic, Doggy Style, or Ready to Die. So Death Row, the face of the West Coast, had nothing, while Big is breaking one record after another, winning all the awards, doing group albums, doing remixes that are topping the charts, being on the cover of every magazine, all while the people from Death Row were going through all the legal problems, with Snoop's murder case and Dr. Dre's house arrest. Biggie and Puffy were taking over and Suge Knight got jealous. And he also felt like Puffy did him dirty. He was mad about it. He knew that Dre and Snoop, who are currently the main artists on Death Row, weren't on Biggie's level at the time, at least rapping-wise. So Suge was looking for someone new, a rapper that could outperform and outshine Biggie and Bad Boy, so that Suge can get his revenge and continue looking down on Puff. It was all ego. The rapper Suge was looking for was Tupac, who was currently in prison. He wanted to teach Puff a lesson. So he got in touch with Pac, and together they exchanged their frustrations and hatred for Biggie and Puffy. They were now in the same boat.
I wish he never got with
had
his
the
ass.
same motive,
Ah,
the
damn.
same mindset, the same
That shit made me motherfucking mad. I ain't gonna lie.
hatred for them. And the two already knew each other through their collaborations prior to Pac's incarceration. The Death Row record deal Pac almost signed in '93 before deciding against it, and its appearance on various Death Row soundtracks, like Above the Rim for example, and also Murder Was the Case, although they ultimately left his song off the album. They paid him regardless, knowing that Pac is short on money because of all the legal problems. So Suge always loved Pac, who on the other hand tried to keep a healthy distance.
I appreciate you coming in.
He knew that they meant trouble. Pac and Death Row were like fire and gasoline, a dangerous combination. But with him being locked up potentially for the next 4+ years, he had no other option but to join the label. He was filled with anger, rage and hatred, and quote-unquote sold his soul to the devil by signing to Suge Knight, the tyrant of the rap industry, who wanted to bail him out and give him a 3-album contract. Together they thought of a plan to destroy all their enemies on the East Coast. Pac was on board, and Suge wanted to end Puffy's career by all means necessary. He wanted to destroy the label Bad Boy and replace it with the new label branch Death Row East as the face of East Coast hip-hop. He wanted to sign all the artists that Puffy was working with, including Biggie, after humbling him and giving him no other option but to come to Death Row. The plan was to sign all the big talents on the East Coast, so that Puffy had no superstar to work with anymore. That's why at the '95 Source Awards, which took place on August 3rd, Suge went on stage and dissed Puffy by inviting artists from all around the world to join his label, while saying that they don't have to tolerate a guy like Puffy dancing in their videos and ad-libbing every single one of their songs.
Any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Puffy was sitting in the audience when Suge made those comments. This was really the first time he made the beef public, by ridiculing him on stage and taking the legendary Bad Boy and Death Row rivalry to the next level. He even shouted out Tupac, indirectly announcing that he'll become a member of the Death Row family. That same night, Biggie once again proved to everyone that he's a problem.
Yo, hands, appreciate you coming to the channel. Appreciate that.
One night. New solo artist, lyricist, live performer, and album of the year. A year prior, the West Coast had dominated the Source Awards, with Dre and Snoop winning in most categories. But this year, Biggie stole the show. He was the biggest thing in hip-hop. So Suge once again got jealous. Puffy was once again feeling himself, with Biggie being on par with the entire Death Row.
And that thing I own, one thing chat, I'm always gonna defend Tupac. I don't give a damn. I'm always gonna, most of my time is gonna be mostly about Tupac anyway, cause I love Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Tupac and Tentacion, they're my two right though. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how nobody feel. That's the best rapper alive to me, in my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion, but in my these are facts. These not no fiction shit. These are facts. He's the best for the rapper. You know what I'm saying? These folks they be scared to admit that shit, bro. They type listen to other motherfuckers they be trying. You know what I'm saying?
Label, cause he was getting the same amount of awards as the entire Death Row family combined, and that really bothered him. Which is why Suge made those comments out of nowhere. I couldn't believe what he said. I thought we was boys, Puffy said. He later came on stage and responded to those comments while also speaking about the East-West war.
I'm the executive producer that a comment was made about a little bit earlier. But check this out. Contrary to what other people may feel, I would like to say that I'm very proud of Dr. Dre, of Death Row, and Suge Knight for their accomplishments. And all this East and West that needs to stop.
The East-West conflict wasn't anything new, but this incident made everything worse. Suge's words spread like flu germs, reigniting ancient East-West hostilities. Biggie, being the winner of the night, infuriated everyone from.
So that Source Awards started the whole fucking West Coast East Coast.
Started wooing them every time they went on stage, to the point that Snoop Dogg had to speak up.
So this Source Award, so we gotta blame Source Award. So the Source Award, do they still have Source Award? don't remember watching them Social War. I don't think they got that shit no more, but so the Social War shit was based. Damn, look at that nigga in the background though. Behind Snoop Dogg though. But yeah, so the Social War was the whole start of the East Coast, West Coast. Okay, cool.
East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us.
They went through similar problems a year prior, cause the East Coast crowd was upset about Dre and Snoop winning all the awards. That was the same award show where Tupac rushed the stage in the middle of the A Tribe Called Quest victory speech. He rapped the song Out on Bail with dozens of his homies on stage,
Out on Bail.
making Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest cry and pissing off the East Coast audience. New Yorkers felt disrespected by Pac interrupting their speech, cause they were just giving a shout out to all the pioneers of hip hop, and it seemed like he did it on purpose. Not only that, but the East Coast audience was upset about the West Coast rappers winning more awards than East Coast rappers.
And because Pac did it, that's why the East Coast don't know why New York started fucking with him. They may be, because they started the West Coast, East Coast, but yeah, Pac did that shit. But why they would play Tupac's song? My thing, why would they play Tupac's song? This shit been set up. Why would y'all play? Hold on, let me go back. If they doing a speech, why y'all play Tupac's song for him and he supposed to come out and perform? Hold on, man, that don't make no sense. Hold on.
Knowing that Pac is short on money because of all the legal problems. So Suge always loved Pac, who on the other hand wasn't anything new, but this incident made everything worse. Suge's words spread like flu germs, reigniting ancient East-West hostilities. Biggie, being the winner of the night, infuriated everyone from Death Row. The people from the East Coast started wooing them every time.
No, not that.
Point that Snoop Dogg had to speak up.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre.
Let's hit out this.
The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us.
They went through similar problems a year prior, cause the East Coast crowd was upset about Dre and Snoop winning all the awards. That was the same award show where Tupac rushed the stage in the middle of the A Tribe Called Quest victory speech.
Okay.
He rapped the song Out on Bail with dozens of his homies on stage, making Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest cry and pissing off the East Coast audience.
I'm saying why though? Well, I'm trying to understand, like, why? Like, why would Tupac doing it? You know what I'm saying? Why would they play Tupac music doing that thing though? That's what I don't understand.
New Yorkers were disrespected by Pac interrupting their speech, because they were just giving a shout out to all the pioneers of hip hop, and it seemed like he did it on purpose. Not only that, but the East Coast audience was upset about the West Coast rappers winning more awards than East Coast rappers.
So East Coast, y'all started shit.
I don't know what's happening with all this East Coast, West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. All this bullshit. Y'all shit is dope, y'all shit is dope. Don't deny it.
There were arguments going on behind the scenes, and rappers from the West Coast didn't feel accepted in New York. And this only got worse a year later in '95. And things got worse behind the scenes. More specifically after the award show. Suge Knight supposedly slept with Puffy's baby mama Misa Hilton that same night, trying to piss him off even more. He would always go to all of Puffy's and Biggie's shows together with his people, trying to intimidate him, showing off his Ma Peru gang ties in an attempt to humble him. Puffy then realized that it was too dangerous for him to come to LA. Not doing shows and promoting his music on the West Coast would once again slow down his money, so avoiding the West Coast was not an option. He saw how Suge always had about 50 to 100 gang members with him, wherever he went, ready to go to war on his command. Flying to LA with a security team of 50 men, 50 bodyguards wasn't an option.
Damn, we that many motherfuckers crazy.
It wouldn't have even been worth doing all the shows in LA if the costs are that high. So he was forced to do what Suge was doing the whole time. Get close with one of the biggest gangs in LA to get their support.
Hello, Nina.
That was the cheapest and most efficient option for him. Puffy thought it was
Nina.
a smart move
Hello,
for him
Nina.
to get in touch with the Crips, especially with the Southsiders. They had a history with Suge's Ma Peru. They were enemies. With the help of his good friend Eric Von Zip, Puffy got in touch with the Southside Crip Keefe D, the guy who was in the Cadillac the day Tupac got shot and killed. Keefe D and the Southsiders were now accompanying Puffy and the Bad Boy staff every time they came to the West Coast. They became his personal security, and were 20 to 40 deep at all the shows, trying to keep Suge's Ma Peru in check. Puffy pitted them against each other, so that there is a West Coast internal conflict in the middle of the East-West war. More on this in my Tupac murder documentary. On August 15th, Tupac wrote a letter to his ex-girlfriend Desiree Smith while he was in prison, telling her about his divorce from his wife Keisha, after being married to her for 3.5 months. Tupac had gotten married while he was in prison, but it unfortunately didn't work out. At the bottom of the letter he wrote, "Be careful, The Walking Dead. Jack Agnant, rest in peace. Todd, rest in peace. Jimmy Ace, rest in peace." Those are the people Pac thought were responsible for the Quad Studio shooting. Haitian Jack, King Tut, who he thought was one of the shooters, and Jimmy Henchman. He also wrote Bad Boy Killer at the bottom right, sharing his plans of wanting to destroy Puffy's label Bad Boy Records. He put everyone that was present at the Quad Studios on the hit list. Not only them, but also everyone that was involved in the Ayanna Jackson assault case. And also the ones that were part of the Bad Boy camp.
We need to stop that
Little
shit.
Sean, Biggie, Puffy, Jimmy
Can't stop,
Henchman,
won't
Haitian
stop,
Jack,
thug life.
his friend
For life.
Trevor, aka Rick, who was the guy that evaded
Hold on, did he right there before?
with Ayanna
Hold on, did
Jackson.
Puffy steal that shit?
Andre
What Puffy shit? Can't stop, won't stop. Damn, I'm about to say Rockefeller. Get down, baby. Get down. Yeah. Interesting.
Terrell, Craig Mack,
Oh, take Craig off that shit. Cause Craig didn't have shit to do with it.
who's another rapper from
we take Craig off there.
that had nothing to do with the shooting. Also King Tut, who Pac thought was a shooter, and his best friend Big Stretch. He had a lot of time to think about it, and to watch the moves of every single one of those people on the list. Pac wanted to get rid of all of them. On August 29th, they finally released the Junior Mafia group album Conspiracy, which ended up being more successful than Tupac's group album Thug Life, going gold in less than 4 months. It took the Thug Life album about a year and a half to reach that milestone, and now the group was history, while Junior Mafia was making headlines, which might have been a punch to the gut for Tupac, since he wanted Biggie to be part of the Thug Life movement, who on the other hand chose to start his own movement instead, and it worked out perfectly, at least commercially. Cause Thug Life was the overall superior rap group, but people at the time were feeling Junior Mafia way more. To be fair though, Pac didn't really have the opportunity
I don't know nothing about Junior Mafia, I ain't gonna lie.
as he was in prison. Biggie on the other hand had great promotion. The next big
My thing ain't about Junior Mafia though, like, big guy, you had all them motherfuckers on there. How you died, none of them took off. Alright. So, you can say Lil' Kim, but she ain't on that.
incident occurred on September 23rd, 1995, when Ma Peru member Big Jake from
Matter of fact, that made me want to look at the Thug Life members. Thug Life members. them. Oh, we do got one. Okay, you gotta be Thug Life. Okay, we do got Paulie, you outlawed and it's on the 1 level. Oh, here you go. Thug Life, feud. Oh yeah, we do got one. In 2026 interview with Tupac's group Thug Life, the crew explains how they came together, the visions, the interview. AI. That nigga use AI generation. Something. Okay, we got original Thug Life people. That Tupac brother right there. He just smoking Tupac ashes and fulfilling Tupac. Damn, y'all really smoking his ashes. Oh hell nah. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this for more. Yeah, we're gonna do this tomorrow. Thug Life, and we'll finish the Tupac cousin. I don't like the other cousin. I like this cousin. Shout out, y'all got me right now. Okay then, that's the only. Damn, J Biggie. I gotta do J Biggie to celebrate and Tupac family talk about in 2003. I know that shit got music in it. And I still gotta do Haitian Jack. I still gotta do his motherfucking ass. I got Thug Life, Crushed to the Grave. It's a Tupac song. Yeah, it is Tupac song. 6.4 million. Damn, it was 6 years ago when they released this. From Cradle to the Grave. Oh yeah, DMX took that shit in the movie too. They had that shit in that movie, DMX movie called Cradle to the Grave. I was like, yeah, about this biting on Tupac. Yo, you got that cape. Let me see. Cradle to the Grave, DMX. Shout out DMX. I don't want the damn soundtrack. Yeah, that's crazy. They got the same name as Tupac's song. Like, ain't nobody talking about this shit. I don't think a lot of people know this shit. Even though I love that movie too. My boy Jet Li, you know. But that's crazy. Cradle to the Grave is a Tupac song. It's crazy. Revenge for Tupac. Snoop Dogg confronts the man that got Tupac shot. I doubt that shit. I doubt that shit. Alright, we'll check. I'm in stream right here. I hope y'all enjoyed. First day back on stream. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna do Thug Life. We're gonna do Thug Life. We're gonna interview the original members of Thug Life.